What's up, tricksters and tricksetters, and welcome to another Tier 3 sub VOD review from your favorite reading coach, CHARLATAN video. Today at our coaching table, we have our friend Con, CryptCon, that's actually his name, and he is a Platinum 3, Omen, Chamber, Jet, Phoenix main, playing Chamber on Ascent. So, let me give you a bit of a backstory. This is not an actual Tier 3 sub VOD review. This is a free VOD review which is part of my private coaching, and I already did a coaching with Con. He already improved by quite a lot, in my opinion. Like, he's very close to Diamond 1, and his win rate is amazing. One thing I need to ask you, Con. So, we mainly did our coaching on Omen and Phoenix. And I told you also to try playing Jet this act. So I really don't know where did the chamber come from all, all of a sudden. And, but listen, if you're finding a success with some agent, okay, you can keep maining that agent, you can keep playing that character. So I have no problems. Also, our friend CryptCon said that he enjoys playing chamber all of a sudden. And, okay, you can keep chamber in your roster. But I just feel that, the reason why I wanted you to play a bit of Phoenix and Jet, I wanted you to develop a bit more aggressive playstyle and to experience Valorant like from just a bit different perspective. With Phoenix and Jet, timings are very crucial, what type of you takes, you're gonna be upfront quite a lot as well. I wanted you to get that experience so that your grind up to Ascendant is gonna be a bit easier, and so that you can replicate some of those plays like on Omen and now Chamber as well. But listen, what's very important in Valorant is that you have fun as well as you're grinding and getting better. And if Chamber is fun for you and Chamber already works for you, sure, fine. For the next 4 weeks you can main Chamber, this can be your main agent. And Omen can be like a flex fill when you don't have a controller in your team. And we can abandon the Phoenix and Jet. I don't know why you played one game of Clove. Phoenix and Jet for now. So that can be the plan until our second checkup in 4 weeks from now. Everything else, pretty good shit. You're obviously getting better. Even mechanically, some of the stats are getting better for you. Damage output is there, everything is fine. KST is bumping up slowly. I really have nothing to shit about when it comes to the tracker. Anyways, I'm gonna review it in private later. Eco rounds are still a bit iffy. Weapon versatility, pretty decent, getting better. I would really like you to play maybe... this is fine. All of this is pretty good, to be honest. Clutch percentage getting better. Yeah, you're just getting better. So things are working out. I have nothing to complain about. And yeah, we can keep playing Chamber and Omen for the next 4 weeks. Why not? I'll review all of your documents in private later. So right now, let's focus on how you should play Chamber on Ascent and what are the main things that you should know about. So first of all, Ascent, on the attacker side, your default side #1 priority is A site, and generally A site and A short area of the map, and your secondary priority is this part of the map. So usually what you want to do, depending on the enemy's team composition, is in the first 4 to 6 rounds, mainly organize your teammates to play together as 5, if that is possible, and if they're going to listen to you, to mainly, take the A control. A executes are a bit cleaner, also, postplants are a lot easier, and usually, if enemies have 1 Sentinel, that Sentinel will play 8 out of 12 rounds on the B side. But, how you play Attack of Ascent really depends on the team comps and what enemies are doing. Because if you're not finding success during the executes and during the splits, you really need to start fighting for the mid control. And then from the mid control, reset the rounds or pivot the rounds into different directions. Now, in this specific match, enemies have 0 Sentinels. So here it really doesn't matter. Against this team composition, the first 4 to 6 rounds, you really just want to do the 5-man executes on A and B. And just measure the cogs between your team and the enemy team. The best idea is like 3 rounds in a row. We do a 5-man push onto the A site, condition the enemies to work, mentally be more aware of our A executes, and then in a 4th round, fake A, go B, and then from that point on, like, we'll see what we're gonna do based on the information that we got. Now, in the 1st round, always pick up the spike and tell your teammates where you want to go, where you want to start. Yell at them, tell them to follow you up. That's it. Now, when it comes to the first buy option with the chamber, okay, you can go with the classic Lifeshot and 4 Headhunters. You can also go with the Bandit and a trademark. And it's really up to you. So this is fine. I just don't know, like, what is the plan. When it comes to the team comps, your team comp lacks actually a dive duelist. So that's gonna be a bit of a problem. But we have enormous amount of flashes, so we can still try to measure our PPs, during the regular executes, because we have like 6 flashes in the team, and your teleport as well, to close the doors and take initial space safely and get information. And another problem of our team comp is we have 0 recon tools. So, yeah, we can try in the first 3-4 rounds, playing in the way that I explained. And then if that is not working, then from the 5th round, we need to start splitting the map. And splitting the A side, splitting the B side, taking the mid area of the map, and then from that point on, pivoting the rounds. Anyways, like, with these team compositions, like, if you get only 4 or 5 rounds on the attacker side, this match should be over. In your favor, of course, like, we should be winning it. What we should be really careful about is we need to track, like, where Raze is doing the nade, and what she's doing with a utility. Let's not get tagged by the Sova darts in B-man and A-man. Every round, like, delay your executes for like 2 seconds just for Sova to waste his arrows, and then let's push it. And be careful when it comes to the Phoenix flash molly place in A-man and B-man. Very easy to dodge, very easy to outplay, especially in the A-man area of the map. Like, you should always be starting up here, doing a silent jump onto the boxes, and from this position, supporting your teammates. If enemies are always taking a space like that, you can use an early teleport here, and then, even if the enemies one-way smoke you here, on timing you can try to drop down and one-tap that mother effer that is killing your teammates. Other than that, let's see how this match goes. Listen, if you're clearing this aim and angle, like, you cannot clear it this slow, and you cannot stop at the wrong moment of time to pre-aim this angle. Like, basically, it is always better if you overexpose yourself a bit more, like this, rather than missing the angle, missing the information there, and now because of the angle perception advantage, because this wall is closer to you, now that enemy see, like right now, that Reyna sees your shoulder, if you're standing right here. You don't see the Reyna. And now Reyna is mentally ready to go for a shot and delete you from the existence. So if you have a problem cutting the angles properly, like, like doing a small jiggle picks, do a wider peek. Like, it's okay. And end up here. So that you at least see this angle properly and you're ready for a fight. Like, when you do this, you stop here and then do this. That Reyna is just physically and mentally ready more for a fight than you. She expects the fight, she's fully focusing on the crosshair, and you will meet Jesus El Christos really soon. We got a bit lucky here that she didn't kill us. Also, this round you should have, like, reset it a bit. Like, wait a bit. I mean, we have 2 teammates in the spawn, breach in the tiles, you and Reyna in the aim and area of the map. Like, what the hell are we doing? Tell Reyna, brother, wait a bit. Let's wait for the mix and Phoenix to reconnect with us, and then let's execute a bomb site. Simple as that. Also, try to be more vocal at the start of the rounds. Like, tell your teammates where to go. Like, no breach. Tiles is not A. Can you please come A? Phoenix, B is not A. Can you please come A? Like, you cannot AFK at the start of the match, and you really need to be annoying quite a lot. Repeat the comment at least 4 or 5 times, especially in Europe. I think our friend is European, if I remember correctly, or maybe not, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Valorant players, like, you give them a comm, the comm goes through 1 year, that's it. They don't register the comms very well. Like, there are way too many tunnel vision, looking at the TikTok, like scrolling the phone. So you need to repeat your comms at least 3 times, you know, on average, so that your teammates actually listen to it and register your communication. Also, don't waste your time picking up the stupid orbs if your teammates are aggressing the enemies and there's something better for you to do. The only times when you're farming the orbs is when you're super close to the ultimate, like 2 ultimate orbs away from the ultimate, and we can get it in that round maybe. Or like, if there's nothing better to do. Like, everything is silent, our teammates are not aggressing the enemies are not aggressing us, there's no chance for us to die, then you pick up the orbs. Because here, if your Reyna is sending it like this, you need to send it as well. And as a chamber, it's totally fine supporting this Reyna. Even though we are entering a site without a single smoke, literally nothing, it's fine. Because we can bait the shit out of this Reyna and at least try to get 1 refrag, you know, 1 kill out of this Reyna before we reset. As long as we have this teleport right here, I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, and as long as you don't overcommit yourself to the fights. Like, you just stay for 1 bullet, 1 flick, and that's it. So if you lose this Reyna for nothing right now, that's gonna be pretty bad. Okay? Don't destroy the arrows with your headhunter, like, especially in the first round. Okay, now we got healing. Now we should go out. Go out, bro. Go out. You spend a lot of time here on the heal, like, listen. Like, your highest priority is always fighting with your teammates by any means necessary in ranked solo queue. So here, for example, the molly is down, the heal is down. Okay, it healed you up to 74 health points. It's enough. Fuck it. Go out. You know, anyways, you still have a teleport. And when you go out and take this kill on the, I don't know, like on the enemy Reyna or enemy Raze that is at the backside, anyone, that's a deal done. Job done from your side. Like, you cannot play, you know, like this with a chamber. Like, you need to go out. You need to send it with your teammates. Like, and you should never be afraid to send it when like you have a chamber teleport. There's nothing bad that can happen to you, like as long as you don't overcommit to the fights way too much. Do you have any recommendation for a mouse case for high sense? My main preference for the mouse case is Unusual Way Sports Magic Ice. I don't know, like those are the best for me. But I use a cloth pad, and on a cloth pad, like, they work really well. Control pad. Don't overcommit. Listen, like, you know, even here, like, so you peeked out. 1 enemy is left, 1 enemy is right. If you have a teleport, it's fine. Reset yourself. Like here, you whiffed this shot. To be honest, I don't know how we didn't kill this guy, but whatever. TP away. It's fine. Your breach is anyways playing inside of the smoke in A short. Who knows if he's gonna fight with you or not, it doesn't matter. But here, you know, like, you reset. Now you have 1 bullet. You know exactly where the Sova is. You know exactly where the Raze is. The smoke behind you is gonna expire in like 4 or 5 seconds. We can go for one shot. We can maybe reset this round. Hey, breach, enemies rotated. Let's go B. You don't need to just tunnel vision onto the fights and then die in such a stupid way. Overcommitting yourself in a fight that anyways you're not gonna win. But the whole execute was really fucked up. I mean, like, we had 0. Like, the main problem is, like, losing that spacing with the Reyna at the start. Like, that's what really fucked us up. Like, here, Reyna is going out, brother. You're going out with the Reyna, going out with the teleport, and taking the space. Fuck the orbs, man. Now, in this round, you should go A again. Why? We already got some information how enemies are playing. We got the info that enemy Sova is playing around mid. We got the info that enemy Phoenix actually played B-set in the first round. We got the info that enemy Clove also played around the market. And we got the info that enemy Reyna played in the A-min. We don't know exactly where the Raze played, like, this should start on the A-side or A-shore, we don't know. But, first of all, right now, going on to the A-side, is far more unpredictable rather than going B. Like, you know, like if you're playing on a defender side and you fuck up the enemy's push on A completely in the first round, where do you play second round? On the B side. So right now, let's create a bit more unpredictable pattern where the enemies cannot read us at all, and where we can properly test our 5-man executes on the A site, see what is the enemy weakness there, and how we can abuse that weakness later during the match. Because right now, you're not going to find anything, because probably there's going to be like 3 enemies playing B, Phoenix with the Molly and Flash as well, and we're just going to lose this round in the first 10 seconds. God help us. Okay. They actually played 2 people in market. Okay, listen here. You never, like, when you're scaling up with your teammates through the main areas of the map with Chamber, you never use your teleport passively like this in the early stages of the game. Like, until you figure out how enemies are playing, and unless you have to be the first contact with the enemies. Like here, if you already have Reyna in front of you, we can simply use that Reyna as a Sova drone to reveal the enemies for us and fight with that guy. You know, like here, just Reyna is moving first. Reyna is clearing this angle from this corner, like this. You move closer to this wall, peek together with her. Reyna is there, you're here. Reyna wants to go out, okay. Now we go out with a teleport and that's it. Like, always try, when you're playing Chamber, to save your teleports mainly for the executes. Unless you're playing, when you're playing with your teammates. Because, you know, you're already fighting a refrag game in these main areas of the maps. We can be using our teammates as a Sova drone since we don't have an initiator. And, of course, like, because enemies are playing Phoenix, they have a, you know, Phoenix in their team. Like, we need to bait our teammates a bit more and play like a refrag anti-flash setup, because your teammates are definitely not gonna respect the Phoenix flash whatsoever. And also, in our team, we really don't, I mean, we have a breach. You know, we should be asking our breach to maybe stun the B-man and A-man if we notice that enemy Phoenix is playing aggressively, and that is our only way of dealing with the enemy Phoenix right now, and the anti-flash setup. So here, like, you know, you wanna go B. Save your teleport, your Reyna is going in front of you. Now, use a TP to go out with your teammates and to take space. Because right now, you know, when you got bombarded by the enemy rays and you went for this shot, you could have teleported after that shot. Like, as you're going for the shot, you hit a teleport, reset yourself, and now we live to fight another day. But really try, like, in the first 4 to 6 rounds, to organize your teammates to play together as 5. Let's do the basic executes. Hey, I don't know, Mix, give us a smoke for the market, for the CT. Hey, Breach, give us a stun for the B-man. And let's just send it. Like, I don't know, like, what your Breach is lurking second round in a row. What the he's the only initiator we have in that team. Like, the only tool to actually take space in some kind of a way. Like, what the fuck is he lurking? If anyone should be lurking right now, it's you. But of course, like, with the Chamber in the first 4 to 6 rounds, you never lurk, you never flank. Like, we do that later, based on some kind of an information in these lobbies. Now, we're really becoming way too predictable for the enemy team. Like, one thing that you really want to avoid on the attacker side is creating this AB pattern, if that is possible. And if you can persuade your teammates to not create this type of a pattern. Like, right now, if enemies are using like 10% of their brain power, they should be stacking the A side with at least 3 players, or maybe 4. Yeah. We need to go up there because of the Phoenix Flash. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. You would have dodged those nades, like, that raise nade was really bad. Now, refrag. Easy, very good. You know, all of this should be a lot cleaner. Like, try to go in a custom server and practice this jump a bit. Like, you really need to get up here fully silently. Like, just hold the crouch and shift at the end of your jump, bam, 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 and now I get on this position, here. Here, enemies don't see you. And now, enemies don't know if I'm up or not. My teammates get a contact down, bam. You should instantly be ready to swing out like this and kill the enemies before they even kill your teammates. Like here, for example, you know, you spend a lot of time jumping around, like trying to get on a perfect position. We missed the timing here to play with the Reyna because of this jump. You could have swung this angle as soon as the Reyna got a contact, and maybe your Reyna would not have died if you were a bit faster. Now here we should definitely send it. I mean, we still have like Phoenix, we have your teleport, we have like Breach, Mix, we got a pick in the Amen. Send it. We know that Sova is the B player. We know that Clove is playing around the market, so she can smoke both A and B. And maximum, like right now, we're fighting maximum like 2 enemies. Reyna and Phoenix. All of this time that we're wasting here, like, is gonna cost us a lot. Because enemies are gonna rotate. And we're gonna be fighting, like, I don't know, all 4 enemies maybe on the A side. After a kill like this, tell your teammates to send it immediately. Ask for the smokes, ask for the utility. Especially because you're playing a chamber. Just put a TP, you know, jump spot this angle. And we can try going out with the teleport. Try closing the doors. And if you end up in some fucked up situation where you think enemies might kill you from the smoke or from some of these angles, okay, reset yourself, the doors are closed, now we can push behind our teammates, refrag them and play with them. This was an enormous amount of wasted time. And also listen, you never watch for the enemy's flanks and lurks in the early rounds of the game. Like, your main priority is always team play in those early rounds on the attacker side. Playing with your most aggressive teammates that have the highest chance of dying. Like, you observe these flanks and lurks if enemies do it at least once on the attacker side. Or if a lot of time has passed, you didn't see all of the enemies on the map and enemies might be behind you. But even then, you observe these flanks and lurks as you're scaling up with your teammates. So I don't know, like if 4 of my teammates are here, I'm gonna be watching our back like this. So that as my teammates are picking a fight, I can instantly pick that fight with my allies. Here all of this is just wasted time. Like, what you should have done here is just drop down, jump spot, this angle for your teammates, because they are definitely not gonna use our jump spot mechanic in Platinum and Gold, like, and Diamond. Like, jump spot these angles to get the information. And now, Reyna is close. Phoenix swings out, you swing out, we take a free frag, we move in with the teleport, close the doors, take more space, and that's it. Simplify your rounds. Like, what are we watching for a imaginary flank and lurk right now? You waste a lot of time here, an enormous amount of time. You need to be a bit more proactive, like when you get a pick, you know, like... basically, you get a pick like that in the main area of the map, your controller is not dead, there's 4 of us alive, we need to send it, especially when we don't have a dive duelist. This angle here is also terrible. Like, once again, this box is much closer to you than towards that Reyna that might be peeking you right now from the aim in. So right now, you know, like, if Reyna goes for a slow peek here, like this, already here, she sees the tip of your gun or your shoulder or something like that. And you basically don't see the shit from that Reyna because of this box.
Your best.
It's very good that you try to reposition from this spot, because if you stay there, you would have been dead 100%. Now listen, in this 3v3, like whenever you end up 3v3 in a match, like try to regroup your teammates to only play through the main areas of the map. So basically, what you want to do in these situations, you want to minimize the amount of chances for enemies to fuck you up on some kind of a timing, or to lose the round based on luck or based on angle clearing or some bullshit like that. Like, behave towards this type of situation like the round has just begun. So, the best idea right now, beam and push together as 3, aim and push together as 3. We don't know exactly where are the enemies. We need to clear the main areas of the map up front, and then, listen, there is no way that 3 enemies are playing on the B side. There's no way that 3 enemies are playing on the A side. We drop the smokes, I don't know, for the market. Breach drops a stun. We move in with the teleport. And we only fight up front. Right now, your teammates are sending it through the market. Brother, right now, we can die from the B-main. We can die on timing from the short. An enemy can peek this smoke right here on timing through top mid. Enemies can be CT. Enemies can be on so many different angles on the B side that we cannot clear at the same moment of time. Here, the best idea from you, since your team is already, are super far away from you, is to clear the B-main area of the map, so that your teammates don't have to worry at least about that as we're going onto the B side. Even though it's 3v2, I mean, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, we got the info. Okay, now we got the info that both enemies are there. Listen, like, if you lose the spacing with your teammates like this, in a 3v3 situation, 3v2, whatever, that doesn't matter. Like, go through the main area of the map. Like, just for extra safety. Okay. I mean, this round could have ended, like, literally 50 seconds ago if you just sent it onto the A side when we got killed on the race. Like, there's no way that 5 enemies are playing A side at that moment of time. Plus, enemies didn't do a single smoke to cover up the aim area of the map. The comp queue last days before Act 10 is just hell. No, listen, you never play Valorant ranked in the last 7 days of an Act. That's a rule written from 2021. The last 7 days of every act are just unplayable. Like, people don't give a fuck anymore. Okay, man, like, already at this moment of time, we should have some idea, like, how enemies are positioning on the defender side and what we can abuse. Like, right now, enemy Clove is playing market. Enemy Sova is playing B. Enemy Raze and Reyna are defending A side. And Phoenix is also playing around the market and B as far as we know from the previous rounds. So what is the easiest thing for you to hit right now? A side. How the fuck are Raze and Reyna gonna defend the A side? Like, Reyna just needs to hit the shots, essentially. And yeah, Raze can fuck us up with utility, but we notice that Raze is wasting early utility in aim and area of the map. We can just delay our push for like 5-10 seconds and then just go in. Plus, we can just use a stun for the aim in and run it down. Okay, another tip. Whenever you have 2 teammates starting on mid of Ascent, you need to start mid with them. Like, the highest chance of dying on any map in Valorant, have your teammates in mid, essentially. They will always pick some early duels against the enemies. So, in this type of a situation, like, you always want to start with a teammate that is in tiles. Why? Because, you know, he can die from short and the bottom mid as well, while your teammate at the top mid can only die from the left side of bottom, and if the enemy gets stuck there, we can still kill him. So, I don't know, you should have started this round a bit faster. I don't know what we did in the... You know, you're wasting a lot of time in a preparation stage to position yourself for something, some play, execute, like, give some callouts. Like, you know, the callouts at this skill level don't need to be, like, super deep. Like, brother, guys, let's go A. You know, Breach, can you stun A main area of the map? Mix, can you give us a smoke for A short and tower? Run it down. But you need to give some kind of an idea to your teammates, so they're not starting like what the fuck is this? Like, Reyna is top mid, Breach is tiles, Phoenix is holding B main, you and Mix are still in the spawn. And we lose 2 teammates in the first like 10 seconds of the round. So, you know, here we could have refragged our Breach, killed the enemy Reyna in the short, then kill the Raze, and we make a 4v3. Think about it. Here still, you should be fighting with your teammates on mid. We need to kill that Reyna. You know, if an enemy is over-aggressing like that, and exposing himself all the way here, that should always be your highest priority. Like, always. So essentially, like, right now, put a trademark for B-main, so the enemies cannot push you through B-main. Let's kill that Reyna, make a 3v3, and then we decide what to do next. So we killed Raze and Reyna. You know? Clove usually played mid, and Sova played B. Okay, maybe we can shift this round towards the A main area of the map and end up on A side. Right now we are doing nothing. That was mega lucky that our Phoenix got a kill with a Stinger on that range against the Reyna that has a Vandal. And once again we are in a 3v3. What do we do? Reset the round. Like, tell your teammates, hey guys, let's go A main. Hey guys, let's go B main. It doesn't matter. You know? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, it matters, obviously. Like, here, the best idea would be to go through the A main onto the A side. We just run through the spawn, clear the A main by walking, shifting, and then explode onto the A side. But anything is better than going mid right now. Literally anything. Or by pushing B main alone like this. Wait a minute, like, reset yourself. Like, I don't know why are you so... Like, you have 1 minute and 20 seconds to work in a round. Like, if you have a problem with decision making, give yourself some time to breathe. You know? Like, relax. You don't need to make any moves or anything. Like, especially if enemies are pushing you like this. Hold the B main, look at the minimap, ask yourself what the enemies did in the previous rounds. Like, where did they play? How did they start? What can we expect from the enemies? And then make some kind of a play. Especially if your teammates are also passive at that moment of time. Here you have no business in the B-main alone. You know, like, regroup with your allies. Let's try to do something together. Okay, so now you got a lot of information about the enemies, like enormous amount of info. Now we should be expecting all of this shit in the future rounds and punishing the enemies. Okay. Okay, especially here, like, one enemy left the match. Fireman push onto the A site. Let's go. I mean, I don't know if you're giving any comms in this match, but these lower elo lobbies, like all the way from Iron 1 to Diamond 3, you need to give them some basic ideas. You know? Like, 50% of times they're not gonna listen, 50% of times they're gonna listen, but most of these players are just lost. You know, most of these low elo players, like, they just need some kind of a direction. And, you know, they will listen to some degree. I mean, they're not gonna do the best utility usage or the best peaks, but all of that you can compensate as long as we play together to some degree. Here, once again, like Arena wanna pick top mid in an eco round. Like, I don't know what we are waiting for right now as well. You're not gonna win a lot of rounds on the attack if you play like this. Here also, like, where are you going?
That works.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. But we should have done that long time ago. Okay, so you saw the Phoenix in the A main. Hug this wall so you can go for a fast peek. We need to expect that enemy Phoenix is gonna pop a flash our teammates, and try to kill them. So we play anti-flash system, wait for the Phoenix molly and flash, Phoenix mollies and flash, bam. We send him to the grave, we protect our teammates, and now we just run it down.
Someone's A.
You need to be the one countering these plays. Like, these plays are not big brain plays. Like, these plays are the common plays that you should expect from different agents on different maps. Like, that's why, when you're learning to play Valorant, like, you can not only focus yourself on learning how to play your own agent. Like, yes, you wanna, like in Valorant, all the way up to Immortal 3. Like, you just wanna master, like, 2 characters and have maybe 1 flex or fill pick. And that's it. But you should learn what to expect from other characters as well, so that you can counter them, protect your allies, protect yourself, and understand how you should position based on different abilities. This is a mega common play on Ascent from Phoenix. And whenever you play against a Phoenix on Ascent, you should always be ready to counter this shit. Either by hugging this wall close, or playing up here, or in the B main area of the map, like playing closer to this wall, right there. And then Phoenix goes for a flash, you peek out, kill that Phoenix, protect your teammates, and we move in. Here, once again, we got mega lucky that our team has got these 2 kills. Now listen, in this round, you're not gonna use the ultimate. There's really no reason to waste our ultimate. We got 3 guns on the ground right here, and we are 5v2. Like, Chamber's ultimate, you mainly use as an economy saver tool, meaning that, you know, like, you want to use it as a main weapon in one of the rounds, future rounds. Or you use it to clutch up something. Like, you end up in a 3v3 post plant, or like a 2v4 or something like that, and you need a better gun. Okay, then it's fine to use the ultimate. Here, okay, we got the orb, but we're not going to use the ultimate. Listen, when enemy race is using her ultimate, you are one of the best agents to make that race waste her ultimate. You have a teleport. Like, right now, you should not be backing off. You should actually be running it down like a monkey. Make that race focus the rocket onto you. As the rocket is flying into your face, bam, TP away, nobody dies. So don't be pussy when the race is using the ult. Right now, you should be running it down.
One enemy remaining.
I don't know how that race died. I swear to God, but whatever.
No one beats me.
Your team play has to be better. You know, basically, every single mistake in this VOD that your teammates are making, and every single play that enemies are making, you can easily counter or correct. That's why, like, you know, all the way, I mean, the whole game of Valorant is, like, 50% of your gameplay in Valorant is just babysitting your teammates and learning how to do that in the most efficient way possible. Because I would say that, I don't know, 70% of Valorant community, maybe 80%, is on a heavy autopilot mode. But a heavy autopilot. Like, they are just, you know, focusing on the kills. The first thing they see, they want to shoot and kill. Then they have only one set of plays they want to do. They don't really think about the game that much or the information. You need to think about all of that. And 60 or 70% of mistakes that your teammates are making in ranked solo queue, you can compensate. And that is your job. Half of your job. The other half is countering the enemies. In this round here, okay, we can just play with the Vandal from the previous round. Upgrading the Light Shield here is fine. We have a lot of money plus the ultimate. So that's okay. Okay, trademark good. Once again, we should be going up on the box. Countering the Phoenix Flash and Reyna Flash. Yep. Now listen. So, on the attacker side with Chamber on Ascent, you really have a limited amount of trademarks that you want to do. Like basically, if you're pushing A, usually you want to do this trademark. If you're pushing B, you just want to use a trademark here, so the enemies cannot pass it and destroy it in any way. I mean, they cannot pass it with a smoke, essentially. Like, this is unsmokable, especially in your elo. Players are not that precise. And every other trademark is just improvisation based on how much space you have taken, and that's it. Like, I don't know, if you're doing a B split, it is totally fine if you save your trademark and do it here, as you're going through the market, so that enemies cannot push us through CT and from the back, and we always have the information there. When it comes to the teleport, whenever you're going A, 99% of times, you want to use this teleport right here, that gives you space, this teleport right here, that is hidden from the A main, if the enemies from the flank can lurk, and that gives you all of this space right here, to mainly push towards the left side, take the generator control, and maybe, you know, go through the enemy smoke and try to fuck up the enemies here. And that's it. When you're lurking alone through mid, and your teammates are going A, we usually use this teleport in the A main area of the map, like close to the barrier, right here. This teleport gives you the space to take the speedway alone, gives you a space to fight enemies in the short as well, and even if you reset towards your teammates, and you can just play with them. When you're pushing B, like 99% of times, like you're using a teleport right here, that is hidden from the B main, like if an enemy is here, and, you know, we have a trademark right here, and this TP allows you just to, you know, send it B, but also if you use some kind of a trademark like this, for an example, like you can put your teleport all the way deep here, and this teleport gives you an option to clear every single part of the B site while still having the safety to reset yourself at any moment of time. So yeah, pay attention on that.
Someone's A. Joke's over.
Listen. When you have 4 teammates on the bomb site, and you know that post plant is going to be played from the site, don't stay in the A main area of the map. Most of the times, enemies are just going to smoke you off, and then, God help us, we can still make a very good play here, because we have a teleport, but we cannot be playing passively. Right now, if you end up in this situation, where you're cut off from your teammates by this enemy smoke in A main or B main, you need to get in the smoke and pick up very good moment of time to surprise the enemies with a teleport and fight together with your teammates. Even if you didn't have a teleport, right now you need to get into this smoke and be ready to peek out on timing to surprise the enemies and refrig your allies.
You're dead.
Yeah, we need to be ready for the peek. Okay, that's fine. Now swing out. Swing out when the mix goes for a fight. You should have taken that fight. I mean, Reyna is wide in the open. Right here. Fighting your mix. That's your kill. You know, if you have a teleport, you cannot pussy out from these fights. Because, you know, your chances of dying, if you swing like this, and you just stay for 3 bullets, you know, for 1 burst fire, your chances of dying is like below 10-20%. You don't need to commit to the fights, but we should not be missing these timings to refrag our teammates and to fight together with them, especially when you have a teleport.
One enemy remaining.
Did the guy disconnect?
Last player standing.
Okay, a bit of a waste on a teleport. Now listen, when you end up in this type of a 1v1, and you're in the aiming area of the map, your only job is to wait as much time as... waste as much time as possible from this Sova. You don't need to commit to any fights. Jump spot, get him off the spike. Short jiggle pick. Whatever you do, just don't commit. Okay, this is even better for you. Right now, we can easily spam this Sova through this smoke. Why? Because you already dealt like, I don't know, 100 damage onto this Sova. 1 or 2 body shots, this guy is dead. No, there's no reason for you to peek here. Like, as soon as you got smoked off, fuck the information. You know, fuck staying silent and doing this. You got smoked off, get up here, look at the minimap, see where the spike is planted, go for the shots. Anyways, this smoke only lasts for 6 seconds once it's placed, so enemies usually don't have time to go for a full defuse while the clove smoke is up. On chamber for attack, is it better to play numbers or lurk? You only lurk, flank, and play alone when you have some kind of an idea how you can make numbers advantage or some kind of an impact. Like, the worst thing you can do on chamber is do blind flanks and lurks without any previous information. That's why in the first 4 to 6 rounds, usually you want to play with your teammates. Usually. On some maps, like, you can start lurking immediately and trying to take picks alone, like Fracture, for an example. On Fracture, like, you also saw it in my gameplay as well. Like, already in the round number 4, I tried to make some kind of a solo play. But I got some info about the enemies. But in the first 3 rounds, I would never recommend... In ranked solo queue, if you play first 4 to 6 rounds alone, and you let your teammates be in charge of the executes and taking the space, you're gonna have a really bad time. Especially from Iron 1 to Diamond 3. Really bad fucking time. Now, from the next round, we can make some kind of a solo play. Why? Because we got info about the enemies. They're rotating super fast. We know exactly through which areas of the maps they rotate. We know exactly how enemies are positioning as well. We know that, you know, Reyna and Raze are mainly the A player, Sova is a B player, Clove is market, and Phoenix is shifting his position. So maybe in the next round we can make some kind of a lurk based on what our teammates want to do. A bit risky fight for no reason in my opinion, but we could have taken this fight a bit better. So in this round, for an example, we can make some kind of a lurk and solo play. Why? Because as soon as your team starts hitting the A site, enemies from market and tree instantly focus on A short and onto the A site. And our teammates, we noticed, are capable of taking this space alone. I mean, they never, you know, we kind of never died when we played together as 4 or 5. Here, Breach brother, you're playing an initiator. Please go into the aiming area of the map and stun this shit. Thank you very much. And you can try making some kind of a solo play with a teleport. I mean, let me see where is the barrier, like, at the start of the round. Yeah, just put the TP up here, like, on top of the box. So the TP extends towards the short right here. But, you know, like, when you're doing this setup, always start the round towards the B side and cover this choke point. So the enemies cannot surprise you from the tiles, if you want to lurk up through the A short. Then go into the A-main, drop this teleport. 4 of your teammates go through the A-main. Wait for them to make some kind of a contact. Listen to the sound, listen to the footsteps. And then after 10 seconds, 12 seconds, we can peek out, start taking the space, and trying to make some kind of a play come true. But here, Breach playing alone, like, what the fuck is my guy doing? You don't need this teleport this early on, if you're already fighting with your teammates. It's just a bit of a waste. We really need that teleport to enter the site. Like, the only situation where you put a teleport here early on is, you know, if you're playing alone in the aim-in area of the map, and you're trying to take aim-in on contact, and you want an extra safety. Or, you know, enemies are always using a one-way smoke, your teammates want to push through the one-way, and you just want to do this. And try to go for, you know, one burst fire, one shot, and maybe surprise the enemies and have a bit of safety. And you should always play up here when the enemies are not doing a one-way. Always. Like, we need that, you know, like, this should be a double tower peak. Like, you peek from the top, your Reyna peeks from the bottom, this enemy Reyna should be dead. We lost that kill. Whenever you use a chamber's teleport, always reset it. Make it your autopilot habit to pick up that teleport. Always. And that TP is useless most of the times. Once you teleport. Pick it up, because if enemies destroy it, you're not gonna have it anymore. And if you pick it up when it resets, you're gonna have to wait another 30 seconds for it. Anyways, like, on both attackers and defenders side, one of your main one thing that you want to achieve with the chamber, you want to use your teleport during one round 2 times. Like, for 2 safe fights, engagements, entries, whatever.
Rain is down. Flash.
You see here, like, if you had a teleport, this fight would actually be pretty good, you know, fight to take. Also, you know, one thing that you need to learn, I don't know how you still didn't start doing this, if the smoke is in front of you. So let's say a smoke is here. You never push through the smokes like this. Even if you know exactly where is that enemy. Like, you always need to push through the smoke sideways with your shoulder, and then you flick towards the spot where you think that enemy is playing. When you push like this, rather, your gun is going in front of you, like your penis is literally in front of you. Enemies see your penis, and, you know, they will react faster onto you and kill you. Not if you're this Phoenix, I guess. Also, whenever you're closing the switch, closing the doors, so you're in charge of this job, and you don't have a teleport, get out of this position as soon as possible. This is a suicide spot. Like, you do this, instantly try to cross towards this area, hold the smoke while the doors are being closed, and then focus on fighting around the generator, backside, I don't know, like, from this box, depends on, you know, where your teammates are at that moment. But you never want to be stuck here. Like, enemies can peek you from the doors, peek you with a flash, pull you out with a molotov, reveal you, like, you're just fucked in this position. And this fight is a really bad fight to take against the enemies that are on rafters. Because you just don't have any safety. I mean, like, you just need to commit to this fight. You don't have an option to. Like, enemy controls this fight. That's the whole point. Like, you don't have an option to hide, to reset yourself, you know? But here, well, you can go for a jiggle pick, then go for another jiggle pick, like 3 seconds later. We can keep our location a secret, fight with our teammates, reset, do whatever you want to do. And if enemies go for a double swing, that's also a bit of a problem. Thanks God, like, in this situation, like, our Phoenix was playing a really good position to distract the enemies.
One enemy remaining.
For the misfits.
You see how the match became 10 times easier as soon as we started playing together. I mean, yes, our breach is still lurking, flanking, and doing some solo bullshit, but, you know, in these lower elo lobbies, like, players are really bad at defending the bomb sites. They play some shit positions, like, way too overexposed, they commit to the fights way too much, and it is mega easy to punish them early on. Like, all we need to do is, like, just tell our controller to give us a proper smoke setups, ask our initiator to maybe give you a stun somewhere or a flash, go out, that's it. I've never seen this trademark in my life. Like, when you're going B, most of the times you're using trademark here or here, covering, like, both of these positions. Like, just tell me, like, what's more likely to happen? Enemies pushing us through the spawn like this, or enemies pushing us through the tiles. Enemies pushing us through the tiles.
That works.
I mean, if you already want to cover, you know, if you already want to do your trademark somewhere, here, like do it here. Like cover the flank that is most likely to happen sooner.
Ready. Come on, let's go.
Brother, I'm already tired. Like literally, that Falcons match took like 30 health points from me, man. 50. I'm low HP right now.
Someone's B.
Once again, you're pushing out a bit more. Like, listen, your TP is an amazing tool. Like, you should not be this afraid to take the fights. So your teammates are going out. Get in a smoke, and let's go out. Even if you hear the nade flying, okay, maybe we can tank the initial impact of the nade and still get a refrag onto our teammates and get some space. And then before the other 4 nades explode, you can TP out and reset. But here, I don't know, like, Phoenix can die from stairs. Like, also that nade is horrible. Like, she dropped, like, you know, Raze dropped a nade towards the left position, I mean right position, right here. Just go out, you know, do this. Don't be afraid. Take this spot. You still have a teleport here. And then, nade expires. Let's move towards the speedway. And let's not lose the timing to play with our teammates.
Someone's B.
Last player standing.
You need to play a bit more aggressively.
Spike down B.
Also, listen. So, you pushed a site 3 rounds in a row. Whenever you push one site 3 rounds in a row, in the 4th round, do a fake. Tell your initiator and one duelist to fake the opposite part of the map with 1 smoke while you're taking the space on the, you know, opposite part of the map. I mean, the current part of the map, like other part of the map, whatever. Also, in the private coaching videos that I share with you, I made a video how a perfect fake should be communicated and organized in rank solo queue, so that your teammates don't suffer from the brain damage, and you can explain everything just in 1 sentence, essentially. Watch that video, like it's some coaching intro, coaching guide, like you'll find it in those 2 folders. Okay. Listen, man. Right now, you know that both enemies are on the B side. You still have a teleport. We should be forcing the fight against the Clove. But since the Clove and Sova know our position, like, we need to jump for this first to see where the fuck is that Clove, because she could have, and, you know, she can be here, she can be here, here, here. Like, 1 jump spot, 2nd jump spot a bit wider to see if she's there. And now with this teleport, we can slowly clear this, move towards the boathouse, and start, you know, taking the space and isolating that 1v1 against the Clove. And I would, in this 1v2, you really want to play around your teleport, because we can easily get 1 pick with a teleport and then reset for another 1v1 fight. And you have an enormous amount of time to work with, like 1 minute and 7 seconds after you teleport into the B main. You can literally walk all the way from the B main towards the market and do a play like this, or a play like this. I mean, we're not gonna walk the whole way, but yeah. You see, this is the problem. Like, you know, the 2 enemies are on the site. You lost complete info about the Clove's whereabouts. You don't know where is the Clove. Jump spot that angle because enemies already know about you. There's no reason to keep her location a secret or to slow peek any of these angles. Anyways, when you do a slow peek like this, enemies always have an advantage over you. Jump spot, get the info, swing out, try to get a kill with the teleport. You get a kill with the teleport. We know that Sova is stuck on the bomb site. Now this 1v1 becomes 10 times easier. Especially in this type of matches, like where you don't have a recon agent in your team. Like, you mainly want to focus yourself on playing a bit more upfront and jump spotting the angles before your teammates even swing out. Because in these lobbies, like platinum, diamond, gold, silver, like players are allergic to the jump spot mechanic. They just want to swing everything out without any info.
I'm buying. I can buy for you. My treat.
Okay, in this round we can use our ultimate. Why not? You know, in this round, what would be a really good idea is you picking the enemies from the tiles. But once again, this is based on the previous rounds information. So from the previous rounds, we know that enemies like to fight here and they like to fight here. So I have two opportunities to fuck up the enemies with the ultimate and to kill them. So we can just put a trademark here, bam, so the enemies cannot push behind us. Put a teleport here, bam, and now, bam, peek short, try to kill Rain or whoever is there. Bam, peek this, try to kill this guy. Then I can clear the short, clear this, maybe take deeper fights into the market with my teleport. I mean, if you already wanted to make a pick here, it would have been better that you played from the tiles because you have two options, essentially.
They are so dead.
You see, like, right now, enemy is not bottom mid. But maybe an enemy is in the short, and we lost that chance to kill that guy. Okay, hello, Mr. Raze.
I'm enjoying this. A gift. Concussing.
Very good reset here. Like, this is a good gameplay. Like, this is a very good play. And you always need to recognize it. You gotta kill bottom mid. Your teammates are moving into the A side. Your job is done. Now we're just trying to convert this advantage into a round win, and that's it. Very good reset, very good that we're playing with our teammates now. Because, you know, if you spend like right now, if you were spending your time in mid, you would have lost the timing to even play with this breach, and then you would be in some kind of a 1v3. Enemies are gonna pre-assume that you're mid, and you're fucked. We still have a chance to win this round.
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
Last player standing.
Listen, same as with the guns. So first of all here, when you're peeking through this smoke, if your breach is going for a right peek, you go for the left peek. And if I'm peeking through this smoke, same as with the regular guns, sideways, and you're instantly pre-aiming the position where you saw the enemies the last time. And you're just going for a quick scope, and that's it.
Spike down.
So you lost it here, timing again, to play with the breach. And anyways, right now, you should be the one peeking first because you have a teleport, and you know exactly that one enemy is rafters, and one enemy is backside.
A.
I have the spike.
Last player standing.
Okay, we can still win this round. Like, right now, what you should do, you should definitely reset this teleport, because we don't need it anymore there. And I would try to finish this round on A. You know, let's just wait for this smoke to expire. Let's see if the enemies are gonna over-aggress. And we can just pick 3 enemies apart with 3 shots, and that's it. No. But once again, like, your cutting off angles is really bad. Like, it is 10 times better if you pick an angle a bit wider like this and you overexpose yourself, rather than going short on a peak, and now, you know, Clove is ready for that fight, you're not ready for that fight. Here, like, scope in, peek. So you're scoping in as you're peeking the angle. Bam. Then I can clear this position, then bam. Then I can go for this peek, bam, and then go out quickly. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Here, once again, you fall short on this peak. You stop at the wrong moment of time. Now you need to take some crazy small shot onto this Clove, and this Clove can just spray you down. You miss this shot because the shot goes into the wall. I mean, you didn't even take it, to be honest. Now listen, when should you buy Operator on the attacker side? When you're 90% certain you can get a pick somewhere. This is the round where you can get the Operator with a chamber on the attack. So enemies are always aggressing us from like A short and bottom mid. Pick up the Operator, send them to the afterlife immediately. What's the problem? Bam! One guy is there. Okay, he's not there. Maybe bottom mid. Good teleport there. Listen, if you already have this teleport right here, and your Phoenix is moving towards the bottom mid, towards the market, go move with him. You know, play with the guy. And anyways, like, what you really want to avoid in this mid area of the map, even if you have a teleport, you really want to avoid staying in this overexposed segment for an enormous amount of time. Because even if you have a teleport, like, I mean, enemies can just peek you on timing, kill you, and, you know, maybe you're not going to be able to react. If you're going bottom mid, like, try to get this position as soon as possible. Clear this angle, clear the deep short, and, you know, let's try to move towards the bottom mid with our Phoenix. And to try to take space immediately. Like, right now, you should be there with a Phoenix, and not in this position.
Spike down B.
And also, listen, in this type of matches, like already, I mean, in the round number 6-7, excuse my French, like, you should already have a decent idea what works for you, what doesn't work, and how you should play that match. Like, we already exposed in the first 7 rounds that the main enemy weakness is the defense of the A site. Their defense of the A site is shit. So, if something is working, there's no reason to find the solutions for any problems. Okay, if enemies are giving us, you know, if enemies on the A site are easy to fight, they're not stacking the A site yet, and we can just push A and abuse A for the rest of the match, just do it, you know? Here, you should have played with your Phoenix this whole time, because, you know, Phoenix is in a bit more danger than your Breach that is stuck in the B main area of the map. Like, that Breach can do, you know, you can stay alive, stay behind the smoke, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But your Phoenix right now can die from the CT, can die from the mid. Once again, if enemies already know your location in the B main area of the map, and they're ready for this peak, jump spot this mother effing angle, get the info for your crosshair, and then go take a fight. Because you don't want to die like this. You know, why would you be taking a fight like that? No reason.
Seconds left.
Brexy, get Clove maybe? Clove is 10 times better than Astra in gold. Even Omen. Omen is far more simple than Astra. I mean, Omen is more complicated on that level, like, when it comes to the aggressive place and positioning, repositioning, but has 10 times better tools than Astra for gold lobbies. Like, Omen is still like S tier, S plus tier agent for ranked solo queue grind and players development. Brother, Astra, I would not pick Astra until Immortal 3, literally. Or I would never recommend anyone to play Astra until Immortal 3. Way too complicated, mainly a team play agent. Very hard to get some solo value. I mean, you can get it, but really depends on the maps as well. While Omen and Clove can work literally on any map. Almost. Okay. Once again, same story, you know, like in the aim and area of the map.
Nowhere to run.
Okay. Once again, the same story. You're wasting your time picking up the orb while your teammates are going out. Use a teleport, get out. Also, you should have put a trademark for the aim and area of the map. Don't waste your time on this. Like, if you forgot about the trademark, you know, if you forgot to put it on a default position, improvise. You know, just don't lose the timing to play with your teammates. Like, that is far more important than having a proper trademark. Fuck it. If you're already here and your teammates are going out, drop a trademark there, put a teleport, and run out.
That works.
We cannot be losing this Reyna and Phoenix for nothing.
think so.
Listen, here we are 5v3. We killed a guy in the market and a guy on the B side. We really don't need to go through the market. I mean, if your team is already standing in B and we're in a 5v3 numbers advantage, reset the teleport, go towards the beam together with your Phoenix and just finish this round. All of this that we're gonna do here, like go with the Phoenix through the market and mid, is waste of time, number one. Number two, unnecessary risk. Like, why would I be taking the fights with the enemies in the CT right now? Or why would I be exposed from the short or some bullshit like that? We go B-main, because we already have a huge numbers advantage. And no matter what happens with the Phoenix, fuck the Phoenix, bro. We are fighting up front with our teammates on a numbers advantage and we're not wasting any time.
You had your fun. My turn.
You know, fuck the Phoenix, bro. Literally, we don't need that guy. Let that guy lurk alone, play alone. Who cares about him in a 5v3? Literally nobody. And now, because you're dead in such a stupid fight and in such a stupid area of the map, we cannot control the outcome of this round anymore. So, from a 4v2, your teammates ended up in a 1v2. You cannot be dying in such a stupid way. You always value your life, value the numbers advantage, do the safest, smartest play possible to stay alive, to control the outcome of the round, and that's it. Brother, your teammates already took the B side. We ended up in a 5v3. You don't need to play around the market, you don't need to play around the CT, you don't need to risk any backsteps or crossfire setups, nothing. Like this decision, you know, this decision making is what's fucking you up the most when it comes to the player numbers and what your teammates are doing. A lot of times you're losing the spacing to play with your allies. A lot of the times you're not there to refrag them or to help them out. You're picking up the orb while your teammates are sending it in. You're coming back to do a trademark when your teammates are already on the bomb site. Then like, we have a huge numbers advantage. We make some kind of a, you know, ridiculous play to go through some off-road and be exposed through some crossfires. Like, but all of these things are simple, you know, like simple rules to follow. And simple things to fix in your gameplay. Over the next match that you play on any map, essentially. You're just wasting a lot of time doing stuff that you don't need to do. And exposing yourself to enormous amount of danger from which you don't need to be exposed at that moment of time. Okay, now, on defender side, same as on the attacker side, before the match even begins, we need to know how we should play this map on a defender side in ranked solo queue, based on certain rules and stats from ranked. We also, you know, want to ask ourselves, like, what should we expect from our team and what should we expect from the enemy team composition, and what we can abuse and or what we should avoid. On a defender side, Ascent is a fast rotation map. So what does that mean? That means that you value team play over the map control in almost every single round. So basically, like, on the first contact between your team and the enemy team, make some kind of a move. Like, take more space, rotate, help your teammates out, play a refrag game. Map control doesn't matter that much, just keep the information of when did you leave a specific part of the map, what type of timings can enemies have on the flanks, lurks, and try to prioritize team play as much as possible. Now, another thing is, you're never willing to die alone trying to defend the B site and A site. So you're trying to get a pick in some kind of a safe way, you know, like with a teleport, off angles and stuff like that, and with your teammates. But if you're defending, if you end up on the A site or B site alone, don't fight until your last breath. It's fine. We can play 5v5 retakes at any moment of time on any of these two sites. Value the market control and the short control over the A site and B site control. So for the market and A short, okay, sometimes it's fine to die, and it's fine to fight until your last breath, essentially. And what's also important, that there should not be a single round on a defender side where we play too passively and where we have absolutely no information in B main, mid, or A main area of the map. We need to play semi-aggressively. So one mistake that enemies were doing on a defender side they were never taking any significant B-main information. Their fights in A-main were really bad because they didn't have a one-way smoke right here. And all of the peaks here were kind of stupid and ridiculous. So we need to fight better and smarter than them. Also, what's really important on this map is that you learn how to play around the rotating doors. Like, these doors are mega important to isolate proper fights and to understand when to close them and how to use them in your favor. All of that is covered in the ranked playbook on my Discord server, and yeah, you know, like, you can just check that later. Whenever, like in the first round, you always play on the A site, and we make some kind of a cheesy A setup, and then in a second, third, and fourth round, we position based on economy and based on what enemies did. So in the first round, shorty here, you can get a shorty with a go. You have like two options with a chamber. Classic shorty, light shield, 1 headhunter. Shorty, 5 headhunters. Put a shorty there. Put a teleport here. Start the round in the aiming area of the map. Jiggle peeking it. We're only going for 1 bullet. Bam. Trying to kill 1 enemy. We're baiting the enemies, getting the information. Enemies are pushing onto the A site. You get into the enemy smoke. Enemies are going for the switch. You TP away, take a teleport, take a free pick. We're playing a 5v4 retake with the rest of the team. We can check the A short to see if anyone is lurking and flanking. Destroy the doors, and then play a retake with the rest of our team. If enemies are going B, reset the teleport, stay with the classic pistol and headhunters, or whatever you bought, and we're playing the retake of the B site. If you never played the B site in the first round, ever, because A retakes are 30% harder than B retakes in the first round. Now, if you want to play B in the first round, you can make some kind of a similar setup. But once again, don't overcommit too much. So what does that mean? Let's put a safe teleport in the spawn right here or right here. So, we can start with a shorty, 5 headhunters, and a classic pistol. We drop a shorty here, classic in the hands, and with a headhunter, we're just holding this angle as tight as our reaction time allows us, or jiggle peeking it, and going for 1 shot. Then with a classic pistol, you're destroying the enemy's recon abilities, if they have it, taking a shorty here, and on timing, you're trying to fuck up an enemy that is going through the speedway, like this. Picking up the classic pistol, then from the stairs, we're going for a second fight, TP away, and then play the retake with your teammates. So you have 3 chances to get 3 kills, apply an enormous amount of damage as well, and then, you know, we just play retake with our allies. Especially if you're playing alone, we cannot have this type of a setup. Like, we cannot end up stuck on a site and forcing the fights way too much in the first round. So this is a crazy setup for the first round. This angle here. This angle you can hold only in 2 ways. So the first way how we can hold this angle is as tight as your reaction time allows you to get 3 out of 10 kills. So basically, you know, we hold this angle, try to go for a shot, then you get onto a secondary off angle. Second way of how you can hold this angle is jiggle peeking it, but from the wall that is further away. So basically, from this position, right here. You cannot play closer to this wall and hold it statically like this, because, you know, your chances of dying are pretty high because of angle perception advantage and peekers advantage. Enemies also see more of your body. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, this type of a setup you cannot use in a first round, and this is one of the most common mistakes players make in the first round on defense. Like, brother, you have a very limited amount of utility. Number 1. Number 2, you don't know how much you can trust your teammates with closing out this round. Like, even if you get 2 kills and die, you know, we don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we don't know how good are our teammates once the sides switch. We don't know how much we can trust them with a retake, essentially. Number 3, in the first round, you cannot expect from yourself to stop the whole enemy push and to stop Arrays with a nade and boombot, satchels, Sova with a drone and dart, Phoenix with a flashes and wall, Claw with a medal, and Reyna with flashes and whatever she has, whatever she buys in the first round. And you're not that Terminator. Your job is to get one or two picks in a cheesy, safe way, and then reset yourself and play a retake with your teammates. The number one mistake players make on the defender side is like they overcommit themselves too much to defending the sites in the first round. Fuck it. Like if you cannot defend it, reset yourself, play safe. Whenever you use a Chamber's teleport, always reset it, because it's gonna come in handy later, number one. And number two, let me just check something like on the stream, like, do you see this chat? Oh, you don't see that? Interesting. What the fuck? Never mind. I'm currently Hearthstone Platinum 2 console Brimstone, Chamber Fade. Brother, I never like played a single game of console in Valorant, so I just can't give you tips for that. The meta is completely different, and like you know, how you play the game is also different. Reset the teleport is gonna come in handy later, and we can use it wherever we want. Good evening, Machin FPS. Is it a mistake to break the door on A site when the enemy team is committing to B? Fail the entry and then rotate. Depends. Like it really depends. Like usually what I do in ranked solo queue is when I'm leaving A site, I close the doors and I leave the doors closed here always. And this works 70% time more and better than breaking the doors. Why? Like first of all, like if enemies have someone that lurks and flanks, and I don't have the information about that. When you leave the doors closed, that guy needs to shift up all the way here. You know, go up on the tower, then go into the spawn. Like, it takes him 15 seconds to shift up from this position to this position. So that gives me a lot of time to think about the round and, you know, see what enemies are actually doing and to make a right decision. Also, if enemies are rotating from B to A, when the doors are closed, they need to destroy them. They're gonna make a lot of sound, a lot of noise. So objectively in ranked solo queue, usually from Iron 1 to Immortal 2, Immortal 3, the best idea is like just when you're rotating from A to B, leave the doors closed, and that's it. Anyways, if enemies take A site, anyways, they're gonna close them themselves, like, you know, what? So what? Like, you can destroy the doors immediately, and then decide what you want to do next. Listen, whenever you stop an enemy's push like this, always focus yourself on the next closest area of the map that enemies can hit at that moment of time. So right now we stop the enemy's push onto the B site. Chances that our breach takes the next duel are 80%. Most of the players in ranked solo queue, especially in these lower ranks, like, you stop them here. The next decision they're gonna make is they're gonna go through mid and, you know, try to rotate towards the A site or try to pick some fights in the mid. Like, what you should always be asking yourself in ranked solo queue on a defender side, especially on a map such as Ascent, like a fast rotation map, what are the highest chances for my teammates to pick some kind of a fight? Like, who in my team has the highest chances of getting the next duel? And who should I play with? Right now, the chances that your Mix and Reyna end up in some kind of a duel here in the B main, once we smoked off the enemies and push them back, is around 20-30%. You know, enemies can still cut the noise and re-hit the site, that's fine. But the chances that Breach takes the next duel is 70 or 80% right now. And even if you play with your Breach from the market right here, you know, even if the enemies decide to go B again, I mean, you're there to support your Reyna, to support the mix. So, you know, we really have no problems. But, you know, we waste a lot of time here. Like, as soon as you kill this raise, and we stop the enemy's push, and your teammate got this kill. So, your teammate got this kill, your Reyna, bam. Mix smoked off this. Pick up a teleport, instantly run towards the breach, play with the breach.
Teleport's ready.
Listen, don't greed for the guns. You know, classic pistol is still a pistol. Classic pistol is still a gun in Valorant. So like, Master, what is your tracker? I'm not playing in Europe anymore. Like, I completely gave up on the European grind. Like, literally, high elo in Europe is just mega unenjoyable. I'm never gonna play on that server ever again. There's no content to make, literally. What I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to reach Radiant on North America again, on 120 ping. It is going okay, I guess. Like, I mean, high ping is still like cancer, and you know, not enjoyable. But far more, you know, it's far more enjoyable playing with NA players on high ping rather than playing with EU players on a low ping. What ranks are you VOD reviewing in general? Every rank. Like, I don't know. Whatever people submit, you know? Like, on average, I would say that it's usually like Ascendant, Diamond, and Low Immortal. Platinum, Ascendant, Diamond, and Low Immortal is like the most common.
You have good taste, my friend.
Okay. Listen, you know, you don't need to greed for the guns like this. Classic pistol is still a very good pistol. You know, like headshot is like 70-80 damage, 78 damage on these closer ranges. Like, you know, really try not to die for trying to trade just a pistol. Also, by the way, as I said already at the start of this VOD review, on Ascent, if you just win 3, 4, or 5 rounds on the attacker's side, 80% of times that is more than enough to win a match on a defender's side. So never surrender and never be discouraged because you only won like 3, 4, or 9 or 5 rounds on the attack of Ascent. Attacker side of Ascent has the lowest win rate in ranked solo queue. Like this is the map with the lowest win rate on attack because players just don't know like how to properly attack on this map, and it's really hard in ranked solo queue. Playing in 120 ping sounds hard though, but we are aging quite a lot. You know, like shots are not. I mean, even on normal ping, like Valorant has a very bad hit registry, but it's you know, I don't know. NA players are more chill, more funny to play with. Like it's free content basically. They're making content for you. So, second mistake we made in this round. When you're repositioning towards the speedway, especially in these lower ranks, like, players are completely unaware of this off angle right here. So if you hide here, enemies don't see you. And especially if you have a teammate in the market and in the CT that are picking up the fights, you can play the perfect crossfire setup and on the timing, kill the enemies. And especially because you have a teleport right here. We should be taking this fight. We should not be hiding on the site, waiting for the enemies to peek us. We should be abusing a surprise mechanic, peekers advantage, to destroy the enemies that are pushing through the B main right now, and refragging our teammates. Like, always try to abuse this angle as much as you can on a defender side, like, especially in these lobbies like Platinum 3, Diamond 1. Here, what you should have done, you know, instead of holding this stupid angle, like, one of the best positions you can play on the B side to outmaneuver the enemies is around these boxes. you know, if you just hide here, hold the stairs, the guy from the speedway don't see you at all. If you're playing in the center of the box, like this. And what usually happens in ranked solo queue, you know, like, this guy is gonna be pushing like this, then dropping down, and then, as soon as you hear the drop, you can just swing out, take a free pick, and that's a free frag for you. Like, on both attackers and defenders side, you know, on attack in the post plans, and on defense, and on a defender side, you know, like, as you're defending a site, you really wanna learn how to use these boxes to your advantage as much as you can. And once again, like, I covered every single setup and every single, like, situation in my ranked playbook on Discord, for which you have the, you know, access lifetime. It's much better rather than choosing this type of a 50-50 fight, holding this stupid angle, and now you need to commit to this fight. And now this guy deletes you with a peeker's advantage and some stupid pre-fire. You know, why would we do this? Always try to create easier fights for yourself in Valorant. Like, always try to fight with some kind of an advantage. Either by keeping your location a secret, fighting from some off angle, abusing your own peeker's advantage, catching enemies in a crossfire, fucking them up with a utility. Like, there's a whole point of Valorant. The more 50-50 fights you take, the more you gamble, essentially. A very small amount, a very small percentage of players can reach Radiant purely based on their mechanics. Like 0.00001%, essentially. Is EU harder than NA? Yes, because first of all, I feel that EU players are a bit more skilled. You know, in NA right now we're playing against some ex-Immortal 3 players, Immortal 2, Immortal 1, Ascendant 3, and I feel that EU Immortals are a bit more skilled than, and I don't know, maybe it's luck of the draw. I didn't play that many matches on North America, to be honest. Not mechanically skilled, but in terms of, I don't know, just raw gameplay, how they position and stuff like that. Like, I would say there's 10% difference, approximately. 10-20. But NA players are 10 times more talkative. They respond better to communication. They respond better to callouts. They respond better to strategies. They are less ego-oriented. And they'll just listen more, in general. While EU players, like, I would say that in Europe, there's only 10 to 20% of matches where you're gonna play with normal players. Players that wanna work together, players that wanna, you know, like, win the match together, players that are not toxic and stuff like that. So this whole first round, you really you fundamentally played wrong. You know, like, in terms of your positioning, setup, and what type of fights we chose and picked up. Now, second round of Ascent, if you lose the first round, you always play around the A set again, and A short. And once again, in this round, just try to do a cheesy setup. Like, you can get a shorty, get a few headhunters, make sure that you can full buy in the next round. And once again, we can literally repeat the same setup from the first round, where we're trying to get a pick here, and then walking into the enemy smoke, and then through the smoke, fucking up one enemy as he is going for the switch. Listen, when it comes to using the Chamber's teleport, you always want to get the most out of it. Like, basically, the Chamber's teleport should either get you onto some safety, onto some off angle, or onto some secondary play. So here, you know, this teleport that you dropped right now, like this teleport right here, you only use this teleport if your main idea is to push deep into the aim area of the map and go for a play like this. Otherwise, this TP is like whatever, essentially. You know, it's a bit better if you maybe, you know, you want to pick aggressively aim and area the map. Put a TP here, so once you go for a shot, you can TP up here, get onto this off angle, and then on timing try to get a kill there, for an example. Put a TP on top of the boxy box, right here. So that's once I go for a peek in the aiming area of the map, I can reset onto a secondary off angle and try to get a kill like this, for an example. That, you know, that Reyna kind of the guy bought a Bucky with a light shield. Listen, the best strategy for this second eco round on Ascent is the first round strategy. Like, getting this kill with a shorty is the easiest shit you can do. All the way up to Immortal 2, Immortal 3. Like, players don't respect this play at all, whatsoever. And if you pick a right timing, that's a free pick for you. Free kill. Also, this buy option right here doesn't exist in the second eco round. So when you're playing an eco round, the second eco round, you like always prioritize weapons and some kind of a cheesy strategy over the fucking shield. Like, you never buy a light shield in a second eco round. For these 400 credits that you invested here, you could have gotten a shorty and one more headhunter. You could have just bought, like, I don't know, 6 headhunters, which is still better than a light shield classic pistol and 2 headhunters. Try to make your autopilot habit resetting this teleport. Like, you're letting the enemies destroy it way too many times, and you always want to have it with yourself. Like, we're not going to use the teleport anymore. There's no way. Listen, whenever you're playing around the generator, like, always try to, you know, if you get stuck here, just try to pick the enemies on timing. If the enemies are already not bombarding you with utility here, wait for them to come out, and then on timing try to kill the guy going for the switch, or enemies that are scaling left. That is your best kill potential. You know, fuck holding this angle, especially because enemies have Arena Flash, Phoenix Flash. We really don't want to get flashed right now and die for nothing. Another really good strategy for this second eco round, when you think that enemies are going to go A, is a passive tower strategy. So basically, in these eco rounds, so eco rounds and rounds when you're in a disadvantage are the only rounds where, like, you want to fight the enemies. You know, it's okay to die for like 2 or 3 kills, for 2 or 3 picks. So another strategy that you can use, and that's a very good strat on Ascent, is put a teleport down there and play behind this box. Let your Reyna peek, let your Reyna do whatever the fuck she want to do. You know, let her bait for you, get you information. And then, from this position, on timing, peek an enemy that is closing the switch, kill that guy. 90% of times, 99% of times, enemies are gonna think that you teleported up here. You can stay hidden here, and then on timing, as the enemies are unaware from your position, peek out, try to get 1 or 2 more picks. In the full buy rounds, of course, like, you should not be putting a teleport down there, you should be putting it up here, and then, you know, on timing we just kill this guy. This is a free pick. You know, like, when a player is with a switch here, he is overexposed from so many different angles. He is not going to have a crosshair placement ready for this 99% of the times. And even if he does, you're the one with the peeker's advantage, and that should be a free pick for you. You know, you got revealed by the Sova dart, Sova drone, right here. Like, it's right now you should be keeping your location a secret, dodging the flames, dodging the arrows, and we should definitely not be peeking this position where the enemies can just spam us with the smoke on timing and kill us. If you get tagged like this, you know, hide behind the generator until this tag expires, and then instantly change your position somewhere else so the enemies are not bombarding you with their utility and with the spam. What's the difference between a Hardstyle Gold and a Platinum player? There's not that many differences, like, same ranks, you know, same shit, same elo. Platinum players are just maybe slightly better with positioning aim and utility usage, but difference is like 5 to 10% usually. Okay, so in the first round, enemies went B. In the second round, enemies went A. So we are instantly applying, in the round number 3, A-B rule. So we are pre-assuming that enemies in this round are gonna go onto the B site. So what type of setup we should prepare in this round is basically countering enemies in that B main area of the map. So we should be using our trademark for the market because it's not being guarded. And generally speaking, like on like Ascent, whenever you don't have anyone guarding the market or guarding the A short, you want to have a trademark here or a trademark in A short here. Now, this round we should play on B, and in this round we can use, you know, some kind of a setup like this, like putting a TP here, playing onto this off angle, letting the breach be the first contact, we are the second contact, and we're trying to kill the enemies from that off angle. I mean, literally we should be using any setup on B side right now. So, when you're positioning yourself, once again, in the first 4 rounds on the defender side, we need to use the analytical data from ranked solo queue in order to have good positioning and to predict what enemies are going to do. Like, over the years, players have developed some very common patterns on the maps and in specific ranks and elos, and you need to follow these, you know, common patterns in these ranks and elos. So essentially, like, we talked about all of this during our private coaching, you know, the 7 rules, the stats in the first few rounds. So like, always try to position yourself in that way. So right now, you know, you're just wasting your time on mid. You already know that enemies are going to go B, so just commit over. I mean, chances that enemies go B in this round is like above 80%. All of this is a waste of time that you're doing right now. Like in the first 4 rounds, especially in the first 4 rounds, like play fast rotations, and on the first contact between your team and enemy team, support your teammates. Especially when you notice in the first 2 rounds that enemies are just sending it, and they're doing the 5-man executes. Here you have a deep trademark for the market and bottom mid. You saw the Sova arrow flying onto the B site. If enemies do the execute right now on B, we're not going to be able to support our breach. How the fuck are we going to get out of this smoke and support that player? So you saw this Sova arrow here. You ended up in the market. Bam. Knife in the hands. Repositioning towards the stairs. Maybe putting some passive TP into the CT. And we're playing with our breach on the bomb site. Good flash by the Phoenix. Good reflex, good fights. But that time it was really fucking close. Like, we almost got stuck by the doors. Now in this 4v1s, like, if your teammates want to fight, just bait the shit out of them and make sure they survive. You know, make sure that you're fighting with them and make sure that this Reyna doesn't die for nothing. So instead of putting this teleport, just swing out. You know, like, there's no reason to use that, to waste time using the teleport here. If you see that your teammates want to take this fight, brother, we can kill that Clove 2v1 easily. And make sure that this Reyna doesn't die. Now in this round, you know, chances are around 80% that enemies are going to go A because they were very persistent and consistent with these 5-man executes. And in this round, you should be playing on the A side. Also, whenever enemies have the Phoenix ultimate on the attacker side, 80% in ranked solo queue, they're just going to be pushing together as 5 and doing a 5-man execute. So right now, you know, maybe we can try stopping the enemies completely in the A main, which would not be a bad idea. You know, mix. We put a trademark for A short. Mix. Give us a smoke for the A main. Maybe you can put your teleport like on this position. Try to walk into the vines and tell the Reyna to bait for you. You know, to hold that one-way smoke. Then on timing you can peek out, kill the Phoenix, kill one more enemy, reset yourself, get onto this off angle, try to peek enemies on timing, for an example, then reset yourself after you mix smokes off this position onto another off angle or spot, and that's it. The thing is, like, you know, all of these rules that I was teaching you through our private coaching, they're not going to work 100% of times. But if something works in ranked solo queue, 60 to 80% of times, it is always better, rather than making a 50-50 gamble. But now in this example, so you have 3 teammates towards the A set and A short. Play with them. It is still way too early in this match to tell how good or how bad are your teammates on the defender's side. We cannot trust them. If you are not controlling these early contacts in ranked solo queue, you cannot complain when you play a 1 versus 5 retake. When you end up alone 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3 trying to pull the rounds out of your ass. Listen, here as well, like, we should have some kind of a TP setup. You know, like, for an example, you know, if you want to play passively because you're playing alone on the site, you can put a TP here, take this fight, take this contact, then TP away, get onto this off angle, try to get one more kill down, try to spray down the enemies as they're coming out, as they're going for the switch, and then play a retake. That's enough for you to get maybe 2 picks. You see, right now, you cannot complain if you lose this round. You lose that option. Fuck the, leave the B set up and play a 5v5 retake. You know, 5v5 retakes are still better than a 4v5 or a 2v5 or 1v5 retake. Thankfully, in this VOD, like, enemies are making the same mistake that you made, which is, like, their executes are super slow, and then, you know, already now they should be entering the site. So we got a bit lucky here. But we really don't want to rely on luck to win the matches in ranked solo queue. Here you should be getting ready to fight. And here you should definitely be using a teleport to take these fights. You know, the main mistake you can make with Chamber is when you have the teleport ready and the numbers are equal, you're going to be fighting multiple enemies, you don't use a teleport for that fight. Like here, if you die without that teleport, like, I mean, that's kind of stupid. Also, in this match, we have Breach in our team. You know, we could have easily fucked up the enemies in the aim-in with a mix, one-way smoke, Breach stun, protect our Reyna, maybe get 1 or 2 picks from the vines. Amazing setup. Well, actually, we have a really good team composition to defend both aim-in, beam-in, and every part of the map. The only thing that we need to be careful about in this match is Sova's utility, and where he's using the darts, and when he has the ultimate, you know, really, let's try not to be stuck somewhere. And we need to be careful when it comes to Phoenix flashes. We can, you know, we cannot play overexposed off angles or one and done angles, but you can just get flashed to oblivion and die like a potato. This is the example where you should be closing the market doors. And I don't know if did we destroy the doors? Okay, so not mark A short. Sorry, I'm just sleepy as fuck. So this is the example where you should be closing these doors and only focusing on the fights on mid, because right now we have 0 information in the aim area of the map. I don't know if one enemy is left there. I don't know if that one enemy is gonna maybe pick some kind of a timing to lurk and flank. Anyways, we're leaving the A set open. It's okay. We should just keep at the back of our head, you know, in our mind, that an enemy can take the space on tower and CT after like 10 or 15 seconds. But right now we need to close these doors, because if we end up in a sandwich from the A site, lurk, and from the short, that, I mean, we're just gonna lose that round practically. Here, obviously, we need to fight with the mix. We need to try killing these enemies on the mid. We are in a 3v4 numbers disadvantage, and enemies still have a Phoenix ultimate. We need to isolate these numbers.
mid.
Okay.
Do better.
Okay, these are the fights that you wanna take. I'm not gonna lie, like the mix kind of baited the shit out of you, but we had to take these fights, and we're gonna be talking about your mechanics, like in private. Who do you think is the weakest agent in Valorant right now? Harbor is still shit. I'm not gonna lie. Harbor is still like down here. Vito is really bad as well for ranked solo queue. Yoru is also like right now borderline unplayable. I mean, Yoru is not as bad as these two, essentially. Probably Vito. Vito is really like, you know, teleports are too slow. That, you know, visible. Like you can only use them for fast rotations. Really hard to take space. The interceptor is like mostly whatever in ranked solo queue. The ultimate is okay, but still, like, you know, Reyna's ultimate is better. Like, so Vito really deserves a lot of buffs. A lot of buffs. Harbor is just shit design. Like, I don't know why that agent even exists at this point.
Do better.
Spike down mid.
It was totally fine from you to take this fight. Basically, your timing to take the shots is a bit off. Like, literally, you know, you're mainly trying to aim with the movement here, and you're not doing any micro corrections. Like, yes, like, you want to move left and right, but you should still be correcting your crosshair with your mouse a bit, you know, like, not only relying on hitting the shots by doing this. Like, as you're moving, try to make a correction with your mouse as well, and not only with your movement. And I'm not gonna lie, like, the mix really baited the shit out of you here. Like, we could have easily killed both of these enemies and stayed alive. That's why, you know, I was teaching you during our coaching, like, whenever you can let your teammates take the fight, and then you take that fight together with your teammates, it's always better. Because in ranked solo queue, you never know if your teammates are gonna have the confidence to swing out, if your teammates are gonna have mechanics to take a refrag. It's just always a gamble. Yeah, you see what happened here? So how does our mix die? Our mix dies from the enemy Reyna that lurked through the A main. But that Reyna will not have a chance to kill the mix at this moment of time if we close the doors. Whenever you're leaving the A set open, close the fucking doors. And bait the enemies into thinking that, I don't know, we're just defending the A site. You know, that's what usually players think. Like, you know, when you close the market, the switch right here, most of the times players in ranked solo queue think, aha, they close the doors to leave the garden open and to fight for the A site. Like 80% of times in ranked solo queue, that is what enemies think. What an average player thinks. So it's a very good bait. And plus a very good tool to prevent this type of shit from happening.
Last player standing.
When do you buy shorty with Vandal? Whenever you have extra money for it. And when do you use it? Like when you're very low HP and you need to gamble to take a kill through the smokes and through in very short range angles. Do you have any movement video in YouTube? Yes, like I have a movement guide, positioning guide, aim guide, all of this basic stuff. Now in this round, we play where? We play on the B site. Like the last round, enemies didn't go B. Like at last round, enemies went A. That was the initial strategy and initial play. And we stopped them, actually. So the next round, because enemies are following the A-B pattern to the core, we need to defend the B-main area of the map and, you know, maybe, like, you have breach in the team, brother, like, you know, you can just, like, what you can do with the breach, like, okay, we put a trademark for the market, bam. Breach, brother, Like, just after... Put the teleport here. Breach, brother. Like, when there is like 1:39 on the clock, use a stun, you swing out, that's it. Kerrigan made major final, there's still hope for Young. Brother, like that match took half of my match points, half of my health points today. Like, I was cheering for the Falcons. I didn't have strength to watch the Dust 2. Like, I wanted to watch the whole series alone and not stream. But when I saw they lost the Mirage, I was like, bro, I can't. I just can't do this, bro. I'm gonna watch the match later. The final map. Now listen. The A-short trademark. You're only placing in 2 ways. But usually, the most optimal way of placing the A-short trademark is like this. Now, why do we place it here? On the barrier. You place it here, so the enemies cannot get this angle or this angle when they're A-short. Especially in ranked solo queue. Like, you just don't know like what your teammates are gonna expect. Like, you know, your teammate sees this trademark. Do you think that your teammate is gonna be aware in Platinum, Diamond, Ascendant, Gold, whatever, that an enemy can be here? Brother, players are autopiloting, like they use like 20% of their brain power in ranked solo queue. We cannot be putting a trademark that deep. The whole point of the trademark is to give you some information. And the trademark should be very hard to smoke off and to be passed.
They are so dead.
Look at that. Enemies are... So in this match, I am... Like, how many rounds we played? Like, we played... It's 5-11, so that is like 16 or 4... We played 5 rounds. I am 4 out of 5 when it comes to reading the enemies. And you're 2 out of 5, essentially. But very basic rules. Very basic tips to follow. Very basic, like, mindset to have. And you need to be in charge of these initial contexts. If you don't want to have a very bad time. Like right now, Raze has the ultimate. Phoenix has the ultimate. I mean, miracle has to happen for your teammates to defend this B side. Oh! Okay, good pick actually. Okay, so now we know that enemies are standing in B. You got a kill on mid. Knife in the hands, rotate, brother. Go. 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 You don't know. You don't know right now if your teammates are gonna stop this execute. I don't know that. You don't know that. Go. Well, you're gambling that your ranked solo queue teammates are gonna stop the enemy's push here. You can maybe do that in a top 100 lobby. Like already at this moment of time, like here, you should be at the market helping your Phoenix out.
One enemy remaining.
What is this comp?
Spike down B.
Like once again, we got lucky by winning this round. Literally lucky. Lucky that the Sova was exactly at that position, peeking that angle at that moment of time, and yeah. And that our teammates were able to kill 4 enemies somehow. Okay, in this one, yeah, we should play on the A side. But once again, like, you know, as your default play on this map, if you already think that enemies are gonna go A, let's take that aim in control. Breach, come with, you know, come play with us in the A main. Cook up a stun, cook up a flash, cook up a aftershock, whatever, from this position or from the short. Mix, give us a one-way smoke here. And what your arena does, it doesn't fucking matter, like, let her do whatever. You prepare some kind of either a deep TP setup to fight the enemies here, or like, I don't know, a passive setup to play in the vines, whatever. What's also a good setup is like putting a TP here, and then from the vines, You can peek the enemies, TP onto a secondary off angle, and then fuck up the enemies from this off angle. For an example. Okay. Good way of holding this angle. Very good, very nice. Here, I don't really understand, like, why did you back off? I mean, like, you literally heard the enemies going through mid, but we need to do something about it. Like, a breach is stuck bottom mid. Phoenix is passive in the pizza. Like, okay, we want to use this teleport to take a fight. Anyways, listen, like, whenever you're picking A short, like, the second I need to pick a TP, bro. Whenever you're picking A short, like, always put this teleport. So you have a TP to reset yourself, you know, like, with this teleport you can play here and go for a peek. You can play here, go for a peek. We can hold a short. When the enemies are pushing you, we can play this off angle as our secondary or third position. Take a kill. Enemies are pushing A, no problem. Like, we can pick some kind of an angle like this and kill them. Or through the smoke, go for a surprise peek and kill them. That's totally fine. Also, what you can do is, like, if you're not really certain where the enemies are gonna go, are they gonna go A or B? This is a very good, you know, fast rotation setup. Putting a TP here. That allows you, like, to peek the enemies deep through the A short and then do a fast rotation. Also, like, we can hold a short, for an example, try to get a kill, then cross, then, let's say, enemy smoke of the short. You teleport. They don't know exactly where you teleported and what you did. We're already there to support the Phoenix and Breach. And this is also a good fast rotation setup when you're starting bottom mid, but you're not really certain if enemies are gonna go B or A. And here, like, Raze is using the ultimate. Okay. Let's try to get a kill onto that Raze. Like, here. Put a teleport here. And even if she's running you down A short, go! Try to take a frag. Because you can easily dodge that ultimate with a teleport. It's 10 times better than your breach tanking it. Or letting the enemies take so much space. And now what?
There they are.
Like, it would have been 10 times better if we soaked up this ultimate in A short. And then we still have the A short area of the map to fight the enemies in the garden. A few more off angles and then positions. Another setup that would have been good here is, like, putting a teleport here. And then, from this position, trying to soak up the Raze ultimate, trying to get a kill, and then you get a secondary off angle that no one is clearing properly. And if the enemies don't smoke you here off on timing, which, let's be honest, like, we're playing in Platinum, Diamond, and Gold, and people, you know, don't even use their utility. This is a great off angle to get a pick, and then reset yourself and play however you want. Better than this shit, right? Always try to get the most out of your utility. Always. By the way, they win this match. So listen, if you wanna play on the, like, I mean, listen, most of the times you should be putting your trademark for the market and for the A short area of the map. But if we are not defending some bomb site and we're leaving some site open, put the trademark for that site. Right now, we literally don't have anyone on B site. We have two teammates fighting for the market. Put the trademark there just so we have, like, some information, you know, if you leave the B set open, if you overcommit to the fights on market or mid, you know, and we always have the info whether or not the enemies are pushing through that area of the map.
That's a good spot.
And also, you know, wasting time, wasting your time to put this deep trademark at the bottom mid is crazy. If your strategy is like, okay, I'm buying an operator, I'm gonna put a teleport here, and I wanna pick enemies mid. Fuck the trademark. Don't put it then. Place it later. Like, be ready to scale down immediately, like this. Hold this angle, go for a shot. And then with a teleport, we can go for a second shot and take an easy kill. Like, why are we losing our timing to kill the enemies by placing this crap down here?
Good spot.
Now, repicking this angle is mega risky. Don't do it. Enemies are ready for you. We need to search for a better timing. Or what we can do is jump spot the enemies to see where they are and then maybe go for some kind of a fast crouch shot. Okay. We got a spike in the aiming area of the map. Reset the teleport. Knife in the hands. And we are running.
Smoke's resonating. Spike down A.
Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Very good. Very good that you didn't focus on the A short from that tower. That would be a really fucking bad idea. Because enemies can still easily smoke us off here. And we're gonna lose the timing to play with a Reyna. Right now we just drop down. We focus ourselves on A short. While our Reyna is focusing on the A main. And we're ready to fight with a Reyna. Ready to fight on A short. Perfect. We won 2 games today. Okay, maybe not now when the Reyna died. Okay, listen. You leg shot an enemy. Classic pistol or a headhunter, babam. Body shots. I respect that you have the confidence to pull out the operator again, but, you know, in Valorant you always want to take easy fights. Easy kills, easy fights, easy life. Like, you never want to fight hard. Only the dumb players fight hard. Like, only the dumb players. Like, literally, you want to make your life as easy as possible. Like, you're playing Valorant like you're working a 9 to 5 job. You know, 5 clocks. You clock out, you don't give a fuck about your job anymore. Essentially. Your job is not to kill this guy with a second op shot. Just go for a triple shot of a classic pistol. She's gonna die anyways.
Away with you. Teleport's ready.
Now we have a teleport. Very good. We should go for a peek. But once again, you're not respecting the angle perception advantage. Like, I cannot go for jiggle peeks like this. You know, when you do this, enemies see you there. And when you go for this peek, if that guy is holding you, you are practically dead. You know, he is ready for a fight mentally, physically. He knows from which angle you're gonna peek. Done. Once again, we got a bit lucky. Here, okay, I'll put this teleport. Let's peek from this position. Bam. Let's maybe jump spot the enemies, get the info. Aha, so enemies are still not in. No, I can go for a fast crouch peek. I can peek enemies on timing from this position. Don't make your life harder. And don't repeat the angles. The same angles, like this. So if enemy is already holding you, either change the timing of when you're going for a peek, or peek the guy from a different angle. If I was that clove, brother, I mean, if that clove was just holding you, you should be dead. Thanks God she was not holding you.
Nowhere to run. Teleport's broken.
Okay. Good repositioning.
My turn.
Right here, right now.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Nice shots.
Spike down.
You never want to use your teleport in the positions where you're gonna get stuck, especially if you're playing alone. That applies to any area of the map, any bomb site. Only in eco rounds, halberd rounds, you try to pull some cheesy plays with a teleport. You wanna peek bottom mid. TP goes into the A short for the fast rotation. TP goes here for the fast rotations. TP goes into the market. But putting in this teleport here, then you, I don't know, like, you miss a shot and you TP away. You get stuck here. Sova is revealing you. enemies are penetrating your ass. You better have some insane mechanics to get out of this position and get as many kills as possible. Which we don't have yet. Anyways, in this round we should be playing B set, obviously, because we just demolished another enemy push on A site. Chances that enemies go B is like 90%. So, once again, you saw the Sova Dart. This whole match, enemies play together as 4 and 5 and just pushing together. Instant rotation. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Usually, like, we quite literally lost the B site in one of the previous rounds, like this. So you're still trusting your breach from the stairs, that he's gonna fully defend this site.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Well, now maybe he will because Mix is there.
Come on, let's go.
Like 15 seconds ago, 10 seconds ago, 15 seconds ago, you should have been around the market, ready to pick the enemies, ready to fight with your teammates. Or in the city.
B. One enemy remaining.
Once again, we got lucky because enemies are doing really slow executes and they're really bad at it as well. But you don't want to rely on luck in ranked solo queue.
Watch your eyes.
I can respect that. Okay, so this round, you know, enemies are A, B, A, B, A, B, rule of fear, like all of the basic rules. If enemies are already this predictable, let's not lose our chance to get a kill with this operator. Like right now, you should be playing either A short, or, you know, just defending A main area of the map and try to get a pick there. Also, don't put your teleport towards the pizza, because once again, you can also get stuck in a pizza and then get bombarded by the enemy's utility. Okay, good pick here.
Away.
Good shot. Good teleport. We should be fighting here. We have a mix.
Enemy remaining.
Well, listen, this Sova is either in this smoke or in aiming. So, very good. Very good that you're preserving a possibility that Sova is there. We need to clear that angle. We need to clear that position. Okay, Sova is A.
Teleport's ready.
Okay. Okay.
You are. Good. Pick a gun and it tells me who you are.
Sorry, I was just looking at the enemy's economy and ultimate status. In this one, again, like, you should be starting around A short and A site, like, and making some kind of a fast rotation setup. Because in this round, for example, like, we really cannot tell where the enemies, what enemies are gonna do. Because right now we stop the enemies push on mid. And, like, you know, enemies can go both A and B. So right now, maybe you can do some kind of a setup, like this. And basically start in A short, holding this tight off angle here. And then, you know, you're ready to play on A, ready to play on B. No matter what enemies do, like, you're there. Plus, you know, like, especially when you're playing operator, you want to be very mobile. Like, you really don't want to repeat this same position we played in the previous round. Especially in these low elo lobbies, where, like, players don't use their brain to the full capacity, essentially. Like in the last round, you demolished the enemies, like, from the bottom mid. Do you really think that, you know, these guys are gonna have the confidence to peek you at the bottom mid and fight you at the bottom mid? Obviously, they're gonna use a smoke like this. So right now, you know, either peeking the A main or peeking from the A short is the best idea. As a student, I never sent a bad VOD of them trolling or to rage bait. I had those cases, like, where were like, I mean, they were not rage baiting me, but they were just full trolling, and I'm like, brother, what do you want me to review here? What now? Hmm? Enemies are going A short? God help us, huh? As soon as you got smoked off here, and we missed their shot, knife in the hands and rotate towards the A short. You know, this smoke is usually a split smoke towards the A short. You have two teammates playing very passively on the A side. We have two teammates playing passively on the B side. The best decision now is just go towards the short and try to support your teammates on A. Anyways, do you really want to fight enemies here with the operator in a close range with a around the smoke? God help us now. Maybe we get lucky again. Like 15 seconds ago, you should have been in the A short, defending the short with a mix. Play a bit faster rotations, you know, like play on the information that enemies are feeding you with, the information that you gave to the enemies, like, you know, making these decisions is very easy once you think about the game from the enemy perspective, and also like once you play based on the info from the previous rounds. Like obviously enemies are scared from you. You just destroy them in the last round from bottom mid. A short is being defended very passively by your teammates, like only Mix is there. What the fuck is Mix gonna do against 4 enemies going through the A short? And then, you know, you're committing to this solo fight so much where you can die on timing from, you know, like from top mid, from the tiles. Enemies can be here, left, right. Like, this is such a disadvantageous position for you to play. In this one here, enemies are probably gonna go B. I mean, that would be my gamble. Like, I don't know, we just fucked them up on A side and then in the previous round, and we stopped their, I mean, we kind of fucked up their push through mid like 2 times. The best gamble is let's prepare some kind of, you know, setup on the B side. And the best setup right now that we can use is once again some kind of a passive setup with this off angle. Because, or some kind of a passive setup on the side, because Raze has the ultimate, you know? Like, I would be trying to take a shot here, bam, and then I would be trying to soak up the Raze ultimate from this angle, and to kill the Raze, and then we can reposition towards the speedway again, and support our teammate on the bomb site, which is, in this case scenario, our breach. You're really good at soaking up that Raze ult, you know, and countering it. Okay, you cannot hold this angle for such a long period of time. Like, on a position like this, enemies can start top mid, and they can also start in the tiles. If you held top mid for 6, 7, or 8 seconds, you instantly need to check the tiles to see if enemies have taken the space there, and you need to get out of this angle. The only way to hold this angle now, after so much time has passed, is like holding it like this. So no matter if the enemies peek me from close or from the top mid, I can still go for a shot and TP away. Okay. Second miss gamble from me. So, right now, we know that enemies are going for the 5-man push on A. Reset the trademark, reset the teleport. And we go A.
I'm getting fucked.
Here you should also reset the trademark because your Reyna just died on the site. So, there's enemy Reyna, enemy Raze, enemy controller, and enemy Sova on the A side. That trademark is a really good recon tool to reveal the enemies and to play the clutch situations. Like, you should always reset the trademark when you're like 99% certain that enemies are going for some kind of a 5-man execute. Because information, you don't need any info in the B main right now. For an example, you end up in a 1v2, 1v1 clutch. I can put that trademark maybe on the tower here,
That works.
so that enemies cannot wrap me from the short onto tower, for an example. Or, I don't know, you clear the bottom, doors are closed, for an example. Once again, I can put the trademark on tower,
That works.
and now enemies, cannot wrap me in any way and fuck me up. Or like, for an example, enemies can peek me from main and from the short. I can put the trademark on short and just focus on the aim in as I'm tapping the spike and waiting for the peek there. Also, when you're going for the retakes, you can put the trademark to reveal the enemies and bait their shots.
Spike planted.
Here we need to play faster. I mean, like, if your teammates want to play this fast, go. Go, go, go. Power Rangers. Listen, during these retakes, when you're going to be taking multiple fights at once, play with the headhunter. Fuck the operator. Like, you have 8 shots to take a kill, better than relying on one op shot. And dropping down here with the headhunters is 10 times better than with the operator.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Another round, but it's okay what you're doing. I mean, like, right now, enemies are either gonna go mid or B. But once again, in this round, I would be defending B side hard with my breach and playing a bit more aggressively. What we can do in this round is like, same as I proposed in one of the previous rounds. If you already have breach in the team, breach brother, like, just give me a stun on 139 here, and you can go for an aggressive play, try to get a kill. And on Ascent, like, even if you miss gamble where the enemies are gonna go, but you get so much information in one main area of the map, you have a lot of info to instantly rotate somewhere, reposition yourself, and play with the rest of your team. Cool. Okay, since this is the last round of the match, you should have used your ultimate here. And fighting with the ultimate is better than with the operator. Or what you can do is you can use your ultimate as a double pump, essentially. Like, you go for the op shot, and then for the ultimate shot if you end up in a shit situation. But fighting here with the ult is 10 times better than with a regular operator. The timing in between the shots is just faster.
So close. Joke's over. You're dead.
I don't know why here you're not using your ultimate.
There they are.
Spike down. B.
My turn. That's a concuss. That's a concuss.
But to be a good sentinel, you need to account for every gap on the map, right? Playing fast rotate on sentinel doesn't develop harmful in higher ranks. Brother, let's first reach the higher ranks, huh? That's also a mistake player. Like, that is probably top 5 mistakes that players make in ranked solo queue as they're ranking up. You watch Radiant players, you watch VCT, you watch esports, and you're expecting from your random solo queue teammates to play on that level in gold, platinum, ascendant, low immortal, iron, silver, bronze. Are you crazy? Like, that level of gameplay, you can maybe get, that perfect Valorant, or Valorant where you can actually trust your teammates and like, where you can actually do your job in your role, only begins from like 200, 300 rank rating. 300, approximately. Like a new Radiant threshold, essentially. Until then, like, you like basically from Iron 1 to Diamond 3, you need to have a very specific mindset how you play the game, and then from Ascendant 1 to Immortal 2, you need to change that mindset and that playstyle by 20 to 30%. Then to go from Immortal 2 to Radiant, you need to change that playstyle for 20 to 30%. And then once you reach Radiant, then you can, once again, you need to change your playstyle by 10 to 20% in that elo. So in every elo, you need to play a different Valorant. And there's not a single game of Valorant which you start with a mindset, my teammates are going to do the most optimal things, my teammates are going to do the most optimal job, they're going to win the fights, they're going to take the space, they're going to do what, you know, they're going to use the perfect utility usage. Like every single game of Valorant and every single match, you're starting with a pessimistic mindset. My teammates are going to make mistakes. My teammates are not going to have the proper utility. My teammates are going to take bad fights. My teammates are going to overpeak. My teammates are going to be toxic, be this, be that, like. And as the match is progressing, you're re-evaluating how you want to play that game, how much you can trust your allies, and also like what type of rotations you should be making, actually, what type of plays you can do, you cannot do. Like, already in the first 4 to 6 rounds, on both attackers and defenders side, you have the information how you can play that match. Like, can you actually play your role properly, how it should be played, or do you need to adapt in some kind of a way and play it in a most optimal way for ranked solo queue?
One enemy remaining.
Like, roles and agents don't really dictate like how fast you should rotate, where you should position, how much you should play on one site, on other site, what type of utility you should use, like rank, teammates, enemies. That's what dictates like how you play Valorant in ranked.
Teleport's ready.
And that's probably like the top 5 like mistakes that players make that makes them stuck in Valorant. Like having that optimistic mindset where like, yeah, we're playing a Leviathan versus PRX game, you know. Okay, with this 41, brother, like just play a refray game with your teammates. Don't let the Phoenix get 1v1 fights and that's it.
30 seconds left.
I love how we dodged that flash. Go hero, you know, like if your teammates want to fight this Phoenix, pull out a headhunter, you know, like also whenever you have a huge numbers advantage or you're playing some retakes, whatever, get a Vandal. Trade you up for the Vandal. Here, what you also should have done in this round, like, because you have an enormous amount of money, like in the last round, use everything. You know, buy a shorty with the operator, buy 8 headhunters, put a Vandal on top of your TP. So I have a Vandal or Phantom for a site retake. I don't know, like, put the Odin right here, so that if enemies are coming B, I can just spray the shit out of them, and maybe get a kill through the smoke. Buy everything, you know, like, if you're playing some passive setup on a site, like, drop a Judge, so that enemies never know which weapon you have at that moment of time, and we have more solutions to fuck up the enemies in that round. And anyways, it's the last round of the match, like, you have 5,000 credits saved for nothing. Okay. Now, in overtimes, you know, overtimes are the biggest bullshit in Valorant. Like, literally, playing only 1 round of overtime is the most R word. I cannot say that word on TikTok. I'm gonna get banned. I already got a warning. R word ever created in any video game. Playing 1 round on each side to decide a match that is 24 rounds is absolutely dented. But, okay. So, in overtimes, just rely on whatever information you got from the regular part of the match. And just play on that information and that's it. So right now, in this game, we notice on the attacker side, enemies are very weak on the A side. Let's do a 5-man push on A. We know that Reyna is playing there, Raze is playing there. They are not really defending A side very good. Send it A. And we should be telling this Breach, our only initiator in our team. Hey Breach, can you please play with us? It's overtime. Like, this is one of the things they need to fix in Valorant as soon as possible. Like, you know, like, there's around 20 things that they need to implement in this game. This is one of those things. Like, overtime needs to be MR6. Like, 3 rounds attack, 3 rounds defense. Whoever gets 4 rounds wins the overtime. Like, this is absolutely, like, in a game with so many RNG factors, so many bullshit happening, bad hit registry as well. 1 round to 2 rounds to decide everything. But that's crazy, bro. Like, crazy.
Smoke's resonating.
Not bad, but listen. When you make this play, usually you wanna wait for the contact of your teammates below you. So we are playing a proper double tower setup, double tower peak. You know, you get up here, get on this pipe, place your crosshair in the wall, wait for your teammates to swing, and then swing together with them. Because here we kind of mistimed that a bit. You know, your teammates were playing super passively. And you went for the first peak. Now enemies went back. Also, you should not be dropping down here. Because there's a Phoenix with the flash. I mean, okay, we can drop down here, but we need to hide behind this wall and be ready to dodge the Phoenix flash. Can we do that? We're playing against Phoenix? Okay. We got a bit lucky again.
Here's a heal.
It's overtime, brother. It's a 5v4. You don't need this orb, man. Just go. And also, you should not have used your teleport because enemies were never doing a one-way smoke anyways up there.
Going up. Smoke's up.
You wasted 4 seconds of your life picking a stupid orb in an overtime.
I didn't close doors.
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining.
Still good kills. Not bad. Also, keep in mind one thing, like, you never scale onto the A site from the right position. You never want to be this overexposed. Especially not with the chamber. Always go from the left side. You have more cover, more tools to work with, better fights to isolate.
My ult is ready.
Now in this 41, just get on some good post-man position, play with your teammates, and that's it. Short is wide open. Reyna can also be short.
Dead.
Okay, Reyna is tower, that's it. Like. Now in this match, we also have a bit of a problem on a defender side. Actually, we have a problem on defense. Problem is, like, enemies were really fucking shit on the attacker side. Like, there's literally nothing that worked for the enemies. So, you know, the best gamble in this round would probably be making a gamble setup from A to B and mainly trying to get a kill from the A short. Why? Because enemies noticed in the later stages of the game that you only play the op from the bottom mid and they are always smoking you off here and cocking you. So, let's put a TP right here for a fast rotation. Let's maybe put a trademark also for that teleport to cover some area of the map. And pick up the op, pick up, you know, one headhunter. Let's lock in this angle and try to get a kill. If no one picks you here, we have a teleport here to go for a top mid peak. If enemies are going A, we're there to support our teammates. If enemies are going B, we are there to support our teammates. Okay, I mean, in this one you can also play with a Vandal. It really doesn't matter. How do you deal with teammates that don't come out of 12 points after you jet dash in? You don't dash in. Like if you have teammates, like are always baiting you and you're playing a duelist, okay, let the baiting games begin. Let's see who can bait more. Then you really need to focus on some solo plays, like and mainly trying to punish the enemies alone, or simply figuring out the way how you can play with your teammates better. Like you cannot dash into the site. Your teammates don't follow you up, you die, and then what? So yeah. This was a really, you know, like, in overtimes, just ask yourself, like, what did I do on a defender side? What enemies expect from me? And where enemies found the most success? And you would have gotten an answer in this match that you should be playing A short and killing the enemies in A short and tiles. We didn't kill that Reyna. Where did we see the Reyna? Ah, okay. Here you should also pick a trademark as well. It's gonna be very useful if you need to clutch the round.
117 on.
Okay, so who do we play in this example with? We play with our mix. Why? So enemies try the A execute. They failed. They're probably gonna go mid. We need to close the doors again, play with the mix, and that's it. If enemies end up on A, no problem. We play a 3v3 retake. If they end up on mid, no problem. We play a refrag game with the mix. If enemies end up on B, no problem. We play a 3v3 retake again. Now, Mix is playing a solo fight. You are playing a solo fight. Breach is playing a solo fight. There's no way we win this round. Like, this round is already all over. Now, if Mix dies, yeah.
Trap destroyed.
Now, Breach is gonna die alone. Or,
Spike
yeah.
planted.
My bad.
Now, Breach is... I mean, you can die here, to be honest, like...
Last
Yeah, because this Phoenix was in A short. But, you know, in this round, you made a mistake here. But fuck the aim area of the map, bro. Play with your most aggressive teammate that has a higher chance of dying. In 3v3s. Play with the Mix. He has a higher chance to die. And to get the next duel. Here, even though enemies might pre-assume that we're gonna go A again, I'll hit A set again. Why not? Fuck you, know, like enemies on the A set were so fucking bad. Like even with 3 players, they cannot defend it properly. All of the trademark setups are covered in my private coaching videos. On every single map. And also in the playbook, I think I covered the Ascent Chamber playbook. I think. But if I didn't cover it in the playbook, you have a private coaching video where I'm coaching one guy on Ascent with Chamber. And I covered every single setup on Ascent. And also in the private coaching videos, you have every Chamber setup on every map. Anyways. So take a look at that video.
A gift.
This trademark is, you know, dog poo-poo.
Smoke's resonating.
You see, like, enemies literally didn't change anything in their setup. Nothing. They're still Sova on B. Like, 2 enemies playing around mid. And Reyna and Phoenix defending A side. But okay, we got a bit lucky here that Breach got this pick. Now listen, after this Breach pick, go, send it. We have 2 smokes down. Let's go in. Listen, another way how you can use your Chamber teleport is giving your teammates fake confidence to push in. So, when you think it is a right time to run it down. Like, you know, we just got kill on mid and there's maximum 2 enemies defending B side. And we have both smokes down. Put a teleport and give your teammates a confidence to move in. Like, scale out here, try to hit the switch, and even if you don't want to take the fights, you know, you end up in a fight with it. Reset yourself. By that time, probably at least 1 or 2 of your teammates are going to go out of the choke point. Here we wasted like 3-4 seconds for nothing. Don't do this. Like, you know, if your teammates are going out, go out with them and don't spam through the smokes. You only spam through the smokes if you're like 90% certain that you're gonna get a kill. Brother, this shirt is becoming a bit too tight for me, man. We're already at a 132 kilos on the bench press again. 2 times. Back to back. 1996, 7. Wait, was the Dr. Disrespect quote that he is a 1996 and 1997 champion in blockbuster video games? 6-7?
Enemy spotted. B.
Spike is down. I have the spike.
Spike down.
I'm only asking because of a 6-7 joke.
B.
Here.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Listen, whenever you're planting the spike on the B site, always plant it here. It is the best plant position and the most exposed one. Whenever you're planting the spike on the A site, plant it either here or here, and that's it.
Spike planted.
Right now, we should just play from the speedway, refrag our Phoenix, refrag the Reyna, and that's it. Don't be the first. No reason for you to be the first contact here. Let the Reyna swing out, get a fight with the Phoenix, you swing out, kill the Reyna, finish this round. You are the Joker right now. You know, you're the playmaker. If Reyna swings out here and takes a fight against the Phoenix, she's dead. But if you die in this fight, Phoenix cannot refrag you. Even here, you know, like, we should be letting our Phoenix take this fight. Now that Phoenix went into the B main, what we can do is go stairs. You know?
That's not ready.
So, Phoenix takes the first fight. From this position, you swing out, bam, bam, easy kill.
Zen spot.
Oh. Now, in this overtime on the defender side, like, this is a full-on fucking gamble. Like, literally, there's, like, right now, it's 50-50 everywhere. Like, here, you just pray to God you're gonna make a right call, essentially. In the last round, we kind of stopped the enemy's push on A, so I guess playing on the B set is fine. But playing bottom mid again is kind of stupid because, I mean, if enemies are already cucking you here so many times, and they realize you love to play bottom mid, why do you continue playing the same position?
Smoke's resonating.
Next.
Once again, we got lucky that enemies kind of forgot how to play the game, and they forgot that they got a bit of Alzheimer, that you played like bottom mid 10 rounds in a row with the operator. Okay, now, we can make only one mistake in this situation. Overcommit to this fight. We are in a 3v2, we go for a flick, one bullet, and teleport away. Never mind.
Oh,
What I really don't like in this match is like this breach is brother, like he should be playing chamber, not you, literally. Like what the fuck is my guy doing, bro? Once again, you got a bit of an Alzheimer. Like enemies were always fighting for the aim and area of the map. Go up, play a double tower peek, that's it. Ask your teammates to drop a flash to clear this, like I don't know.
Away with you.
Get healing.
Just wait for Breach to push up.
Once again, we end up in a 3v3. We definitely want to play together. And, you know, we need to wait for that breach to work a bit.
Reloading.
Yeah, ending up on A here is the best idea. Like, right now, you should just play a bit closer to the smoke, so that when breach is taking the fights, we're able to make something out of it immediately. Go closer to the smoke. Go closer. Oh, we cannot leave our breach right now.
Low key Breach.
I cannot look at this, man. Okay, breach got the info, no one is there. So they're on the site.
I win again. They are so dead.
They are so dead.
30 seconds left.
Okay, good. it ended up better than I expected. Now listen, like, I mean, it's okay what you're doing right now. The only problem is, like, when you position yourself in the post plants, same as on a defender side, you need to think about the enemy's utility. Phoenix has flashes, he has wall, Sova has dart, Sova has arrow. Like, do you really want to play this position where enemies can just delete you with their utility and completely, you know, make you useless? Right now, like, you know, what we can do is maybe, like, I don't know, we can play on this box here, let our teammates take the first fight, then jump up and demolish the enemies with a Vandal. We can play this off angle here, try to get this pick. We can play around the generator, fuck it. Like, wait for the Sova Dart, Sova Drone, like, Phoenix Flash, peek out, get a free pick. Respect the enemy utility a bit more. And think about it.
1-7.
Smoke's resonating.
Both.
One enemy remaining.
That's 3.
Holy shit. My dongle of the mouse went down.
I am sorry.
Okay.
Raise, Boombot.
Wait. So enemies did a dart in the market, and instead of you going market to support your Phoenix that is stuck in the pizza, you pick up a teleport and leave your Phoenix. We could have done the same shit just through the stairs.
Enemy spotted A.
Teleport's ready.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Spike is A.
Okay.
Port's broken.
Okay. Okay. Listen. Like, I mean, we're gonna talk through private messages, obviously. Like, this was a free VOD review, and I have a lot of things to discuss with our friend CryptCon. But just some closing statements for the YouTube VOD review. So what our friend ConCon really needs to work on is that on the attacker side, he needs to try organizing his teammates a bit more, giving them some ideas, at least on a macro level, what they should be doing and what they should be pushing, essentially, making his life a bit easier. Second thing our friend ConCon needs to do a bit better on the attacker side is pay a bit more attention on the enemy's positioning and how, you know, the enemies are taking the space, where they're fighting and what they're doing, because enemies had a pretty readable positioning on the defender side, and we could have exploited that A site and A short enormous amount of times during this match. Number 3, try to micromanage your teammates, like when they're doing some bad plays, like for example our Breach fucking lurking alone when he's the only initiator in our team, with a very strong utility to take A main, A site, B site and everything. And one rule that you follow in ranked solo queue is, yes, like 50% of times your teammates are not gonna listen to you, but if you don't try to correct them, then 100% of times they're not gonna listen to you. Another thing is, like, you're always late to support your teammates on both A site and B site during every execute. Like, you're losing a lot of spacing between you and your most aggressive teammates, essentially. You need to speed up a bit and play with them. Give them fake confidence with a teleport, like put a teleport fight with them, and that's it. When it comes to the TP setups and trademark setups, that needs to be fixed on both attackers and defender side. And you already have private coaching videos and the ranked playbook where I explained every chamber setup on Ascent and what we can do, what we should be doing in ranked solo queue. And that's pretty much it on the attack. Like, everything else is more related to your mechanics, like how you're clearing the angles. Like, one problem that you have mechanically is like when you're cutting the pie, like you always stop, not always, but a lot of the times, you stop at the wrong moment of time where enemies see you, but you don't see them. So we need to become a bit better there. Also, jump spotting mechanic doesn't exist, apparently. Like, jump spot the enemies to get the info if you already know about you, and then go take a fight. All of the other raw mechanical problems, you can just keep using the aim training that I previously shared with you. It is giving us the results. Like, your mechanics are around 15-20% better, 15-20% time better than when we actually did our coaching, which is a good shit. When it comes to defender side, your positioning is mega boring. You're not even trying to read the enemies. You're not even trying to position yourself based on the most common rules and fundamentals that we follow on Ascent. Even regarding the fact, you know, what type of setups you're using on a defender side, you just can't play bottom mid 10 out of 16 rounds on a defender side. You need to be mobile. You need to contribute a bit more in helping your teammates with the initial contacts, playing those initial contacts. You cannot be trusting your teammates so much. And also, you want to keep your location a secret. I mean, like, you have the op. Enemies are scared from your operator. Like, this is a free elo stick in these lobbies. And that's one of the reasons why Chamber is so good in low and medium elos in Valorant. Because players' utility usage is 0. How they clear the angles, 0. Jump spotting mechanic doesn't exist. Free kills. Free picks. And on a defender side, like, you just need to have a bit more meaningful rotations based on how enemies play the early part of the match. Like, I mean, if you already see that enemies are just pushing together as 5, they never lurk, never flank, like, and they just commit to their executes, go! Send it. You know, stop anchoring the positions and the bomb sites. And this micro decision is really fucking you up. Like, you know, you end up 3v3 on attack, you let your teammates do whatever the hell they want to do. You end up in a 3v3 on a defender side, you let your teammates pick solo fights left and right. And once again, you value the map control over helping your allies out and reading what will be the next enemy play. But that's like the most like visible problem for you. You really need to pay more attention on what are enemies actually doing during a match, because these enemies on both attackers and defender side were mega readable. Same plays, same patterns, same, like, they never did any defaults, any meaningful lurks and flanks. Like, it was so easy to punish them in the first 15 seconds of a round, in every single round. And all of the other problems are just fundamental problems of how you should be playing on Ascent. So we're definitely going to be changing your general training a bit, but when it comes to the aim training and mechanics, like, you know, you can still keep using the same aim training. Like, in the next 4 weeks, like, your aim is probably going to get better for another, like, 15-20%, and then maybe we can make some changes there. For the YouTube guys, for the YouTube folks, thank you for watching this one. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave all of that good stuff. Join my Discord server for coaching, and I'm sorry, but today I was a bit low on health points because I was losing my HP on the Falcons versus Spirit match. And I also played 2 games of Valorant, you know how that goes. Like, and yeah, join Discord server, all of that good stuff. See ya in the next one. Bye bye, roll the outro, see ya. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.